Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show. I will go through some announcements and a quick recap, and we'll dive straight into things. But before any of that, Nick, would you care to take it away to start off some player introductions? There we go.
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash, the Tabaxi Sun Soul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who is a elvish Arctic Circle druid.
Hello, I'm Melissa and I play Tuppence, who is a pixie bard.
Hi. Hello, I'm Zach and I play Rook, who is a changeling armor artificer.
There's a lot of A's in a row there, and R's. Armor artificer.
That's true.
You guys did that so much better than last week. I'm proud of you.
Well, we weren't blindsided this week.
Yeah, got that going for you. So those announcements. We premiere the episodes for this show every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items as well as a custom pixie lineage, so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see on the info cards and pretty much just all over the layout, were drawn by an artist named Krista Porter, who goes by @KristaPorter with 2 R's on the end on Twitter. If you need a refresher on anything that's going on in this campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. Furthermore, you can check the video description for links and information to everything I just mentioned and more, including some links to Black Lives Matter resources, as well as some Stop Asian Hate resources. It's going to be one of those sessions, guys, where I just twist up every word. Finally, follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes Anon, and we just hope that you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So before I can butcher things anymore, let's roll that intro video. And welcome back. Previously on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers have discovered a plot by the Dragontooth Brotherhood to steal a clutch of dragon eggs from a caravan in 1 day's time. Nyasa, the governor of Port Horizon Shroud, has called on Legate Kalea Berg Crusher, not Bird Crusher, but Berg Crusher, to help defend her city from the wave of creatures deployed as a distraction. Meanwhile, the Silver Seekers head to defend the caravan from Kashura, a Yuan-Ti woman working with the Brotherhood in the service of masters still unknown. The day's ride north will give Elwyn time to consider what she saw the night before, when Rook changed his shape to meet with the mysterious Night Mantis. And I should say, I rewatched the episode and I realized that the mysterious woman never actually even gave you her alias, but she totally would have given Rook her alias. So just imagine that she told you to call her Night Mantis, and then we'll be good.
Oh, so she actually wants to be called that.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Imagine that happened.
That did happen. I don't know what you're
It did
talking
happen.
about.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember it vividly.
I mean, I was there. I heard the whole thing, and she
Yeah, it
definitely
definitely
said that.
So, to set the scene as we dive straight back into things, the group of you had just basically confronted a large monstrous creature that was assailing some Imperial wardens in the streets, this large magnetic crustacean. And having defeated it handily with a good combination of spells from Tuppence and Elwyn, and of course the final blow from Rook and some consistent ranged light beam damage from embers. The group of you are now free to proceed towards the northern gate of the city, known as the Thrims Gate. As you do so, you don't really come. Your path isn't blocked by any more of these monsters, but you do hear the sounds of other creatures throughout the city that the Imperial Wardens are dealing with. And you do glimpse a few encounters between the Wardens and these creatures. So, for example, at one point, as you're passing by an alleyway, you see on a street across the way, a group of Imperial Wardens is just being swarmed by like up to like 20 doppelrats. And they're just trying to fend those off. And then you go a couple streets further, and some Imperial Wardens are basically contending with this large centipede-like creature, almost the size of not like a human or an elf or anything like that, but more the size of like a halfling. Just this massive centipede creature. And they're trying to ward it off, but one of them gets bit by it, and you can see that like the veins glow on that Imperial Warden, and then they turn to the other Wardens in a rage, and their mouth is frothing, and they just begin attacking the other Wardens. And so these Wardens are having to defend off an attack on both fronts from like the creature and themselves. And you see several encounters like this as you progress towards the Thrims Gate. But when you make it to the gate itself, you're greeted by a group of Wardens who are basically stationed there, trying to keep any of the monsters from escaping the city out into like neighboring farming town land, and things like that. And they've clearly been given orders to let the group of you pass, and they let you through, past their line, and you make your way basically under this gate, which is a gate of gigantic proportions. Knowing what you know about this city, that it was formerly a frost giant city, you can tell that this is the original architecture of the city. This gate was, with its massive portcullis, was designed to allow giants to pass in and out of here, possibly even riding on ginormous mounts like woolly mammoths or something like that, because this gate is massive. And you can see that the mechanism that is used to pull it up is significantly, like it's it looks to be sort of a technological wonder, even if it, in and of itself, because it's able to like raise and lower this gate. But the gate is currently, the portcullis is currently open, and you can see on the other side of it, there are a group of Imperial Wardens, or actually they don't look like Imperial Wardens. They look more like the Palace Guard that you saw when you visited Harbor Watch Citadel. Standing outside the gate with basically a pack of horses. And when they catch sight of you, one of them steps forward and waves at you. And the group of you see this individual is heavily armored, but the armor is integrated into their being. All of you at this point would have at least heard of, if not have seen, a Warforged, and that is certainly what this individual standing before you is. They kind of have the same sort of features you would expect from a Warforged. There's not too much distinguishable about them, except for that they have a red streak down the front of their faceplate that goes all the way to the back, as far as you can tell. And this individual kind of waves you over towards them.
Oh boy, oh boy, Embers, here we go. Horses.
Here we go.
All right,
I'll
I'll
put a hand on Embers' arm and say, "It's all right. You'll be all right. Just stay calm."
Embers does a few breathing exercises. Stay calm.
Good, just like that. That's perfect.
As you approach the Warforged, they give a slight bow and say, "Greetings. My designation is 5. I am pleased to make your acquaintance, Silver Seekers."
Hello. Do you have everything prepared for us?
"Yes, I have prepared horses, as well as medical supplies. and they gesture to like the saddlebags of the horses.
And says, high five.
My crew and I will be assisting you in your efforts to protect the caravan.
Okay, so you're coming with us?
Yeah, and you can see that the crew is made up of like about 10 individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
5 the only warforged among them?
yes, the rest are mostly like dwarves, genasi, a few humans, a kobold or two. Yeah,
But they're all like Imperial Guard.
they're dressed in sort of more like the palace guard
Or,
attire.
okay, Palace Guard, yeah.
Which would signify to you that they're probably Nyasa's personal soldiers rather than the Imperial Wardens.
Okay. Can I also get a shield? Do you guys have an extra shield that I can use for this?
5 looks around to their crew and says, do any of you have a spare shield? One of our fellow travelers is requesting it. And they kind of like look at themselves, they look amongst each other like they've kind of only brought the minimal gear, but 5 looks to one of the dwarves and says, you there, you are a field medic, no? You will have less need of this shield than our friend here. Please give me your shield. And the person kind of like grumbles and hands the shield over.
Okay,
And then 5 just basically passes it over to Rook.
thank you.
It has the symbol of the city on it.
Okay.
Which I'm trying to remember what that symbol is. I have it in my notes here somewhere. Well, I'm not sure where it is, but I can find that later. I think I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, you get handed this shield with the symbol of the city on it.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there anything you must do before we embark? My crew and I are prepared, and it is probably best we make quick departure from this place, considering the plans that the Brotherhood have laid.
I think we're ready.
Okay. 5 gives a signal, and the rest of the Harbor Watch Citadel guards mount up onto their horses. You can see that there are 3 spare horses, one for each of the medium-sized among you.
I think we only need 2 though.
Now, I was going to go over to one of the horses and try to get it super calm and a super really good mood, and then beckon Embers over to mount up.
Could you make an animal handling check?
Sure.
Unless you've got a spell or something you're using.
Nah, I'm just using my natural charm, my natural druidic charm. Okay, well, that's a 22.
Oh, dang.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do to like totally lull this? Because it works. You definitely lull this horse into
I mean,
like
I assume there's some kind of feed or treats.
Yeah, in the saddlebags.
In
There's
the
like sugar
saddlebags,
lumps or
so-
something.
Yeah. So I'll take a couple of those and I'll just go up to its head and feed it and pet it and just talk very quietly to it and like give it some scritches and like tell it you're a very good horse. You're a good horse. You're gonna be very nice and calm and gentle for your rider, right? And that kind of thing.
It kind of
and then-
nuzzles its head into your hands.
Yeah, just giving it all the scratches. And then once I'm sure that I've got this one all sweetened up, I'm going to gesture for Embers to come over and be like, all right, climb up on it. Be nice and gentle, like.
Embers climbs up very gingerly.
Okay.
No claws.
The horse, kind of picking up on Ember's trepidation, yeah, seems to get a little bit more anxious, but then since Elwyn, you're still there calming it, it calms right back down.
And I'll look up at Embers and I'll say, do you feel confident enough to drive by yourself, or do you want me to pull it along? I can, and I kind of am holding the reins in my hand, and I'll say, I can pull you behind me if you want to just hold on and not worry about controlling the horse.
Is that how this works? I thought we were going to be moving at a pretty good clip.
It would be ideal if we could move swiftly towards our destination. We
I'll
are
give
though
it-
on time.
I'll give it
Well,
a try.
You can try, and if it doesn't work out, we can find other ways. And I reach up and I hand the reins to you.
I
I'll
take 'em.
be like, just hold on and squeeze with your legs when you want him to speed up, and pull back when you want him to slow down. All right.
And
And
Ember's
I'll
not.
give the horse a nice big kiss on its nose, and I'll go over and kind of do the same thing to mine. Sugar lumps, scratches, and then climb up.
Okay. Where does
And I'll
Tuppence
say
ride?
to Tuppence, do you want to ride on my shoulder, or do you want to stay with Embers, keep her company?
Well, Embers, are you too nervous to have me on your shoulder today, or would that be okay so I don't have to fly the whole way?
I think Embers gives her like a little sickly smile and is like, I think it's really up to you as to where you're most comfortable here.
Okay, I'll stay with you then.
Okay, thank you.
Zoom into the fur.
And I mount up like I've done it every day of my life.
Yeah, Rook also mounts up. Oh, if he first steps out of his armor, packages that up, and then steps on the horse.
Okay. With that, the group of you begin to make your way down the road north of the city across the tundra. There is a fresh snow on the ground that has pretty much covered everything. And even more seems to be coming down from the gray clouds above. Can Rook, Elwyn, and Embers make animal handling checks? And Embers, you can make yours at advantage because Elwyn was good about calming down your horse.
Thank you. I was gonna ask.
I got a natural 20,
Oh, snap.
Wow.
and my last roll was a natural 19, so I'm doing really good so far. I'm really scared that this is it for me today.
Hopefully not.
All right, let's stop playing.
So 23.
Okay. How did Embers do?
Got a 9. I rolled a 2 and a 7.
Tuppence, you're also on Embers' horse. Do you want to be? So you see Embers is having a little bit of trouble, despite the work that Elwyn put in to calm the creature. Do you want to do anything to try and soothe it?
Well, I'm really good with small animals, but I will try to talk to the horse and try to calm it.
Do you have guidance or bardic inspiration? Because I could
I have
roll
bardic
either.
inspiration.
I could roll either of those.
I was also trying to look up because I feel like Sylvan as a language, which I think you speak, lets you talk to animals.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
I'm making that up. I don't know why that's in my head right now. But I don't know where to go to look it up. So,
I can also-
but yeah, if you wanted to just, I will give you two options. You could basically give Embers a free bardic inspiration without really having to spend one. Or you could roll the animal handling check yourself as well and try to replace Embers' result with that.
I think I'd rather use the bardic inspiration.
Okay. So yeah, that's a D6 for you right now.
All right, that goes up to a 13.
Okay. And Tuppence, what do you do to give this inspiration?
I'll probably do a loop around Embers and kind of be silly so that she calms down a little bit, and then I'll go whisper in the horse's ear, I know, it's her first time. It's okay.
Cute. And so yeah, bolstered by that, Embers' control of the horse improves a little bit. How did Rook do?
I got a 10.
10? Pretty average. Right, so the group of you start making your way across the tundra, following this road. You're doing a pretty good job, most of you, keeping up with the Harbor Watch Citadel guards. Rook is lagging behind just a little bit. but not enough to seriously slow the group of you down. And you start making pretty good progress. But at some point, 5 kind of brings his horse back to the group of you so that you can talk a little bit. And they say, there is something I wish to report to you.
What is that?
I received word early this morning from the governor, and she asked me to convey some information. It seems that the wyverns belonging to the knights she dispatched, in an effort to warn the caravan, returned to roost in the night, but without their riders.
Oh. I see. So we can...
The governor believes that this means they were intercepted by the Brotherhood.
Right. That's what she was worried about.
I imagine we expected that would happen.
Still, it is surprising to me. I knew those knights, and they were fine warriors all.
I'm sorry for your loss. Maybe they're still alive and just captured.
I do hope so. But we cannot count on that.
Did the
What this
were the
means,
wyverns
I
hurt at
think-
all?
That was not included in the report. I am unsure.
Okay.
However, I think what this means for us is that they may know we are coming. We should proceed with caution.
Well, I reckon they probably knew we were coming anyway, now that their journal is gone. And I reckon the caravan doesn't know this is happening either, so we have to keep that in mind as well.
Indeed. Now, I think we should reach a point near the ambush site, dismount, and take a cautious approach forward to scout. What do you think of this operation?
Elwyn nods.
Do we imagine that we're going to intercept them right in the open, or will it be like what's
Based on the
terrain?
information conveyed to me by the governor, I believe that the ambush is intended to happen in a canyon, where the Brotherhood may have the advantage. They may, it is possible that they may construct roadblocks to intercept the caravan entirely. I don't think it will be hard to find the precise ambush site, but we should approach it with caution.
Okay. Is it? I mean, do you think it's worth sending 1 or 2 of our riders ahead quickly to try and do the scouting sooner, or should we just stay together?
I believe that we should stay together.
Okay.
We are safer in numbers, especially considering that 3 such fine warriors were intercepted just earlier today.
I
Or
agree.
last night, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else?
No, that is all.
Thank you. For
I
the
have
report.
concluded my report, and they ride forward.
Thanks, 5.
You are quite welcome.
Well, if we're going to scout, I did prepare something that might help us.
Oh,
keep
the
us-
locate object? Yeah, you could probably use
No.
that to find the dragon's breath, though, which would be where what's her name is.
Well, that wasn't much help yesterday, so I didn't bother preparing that today. But I do have a means to make us a little bit harder to detect if we're trying to be secret-like.
Are we gonna have time for a long rest before we get there, or
You should, and it'll
Okay.
be a matter of you deciding where exactly you want to take, or when exactly you want to take the long rest.
okay?
Because you know that this ambush is supposed to happen on the 20th, and it's today the 19th.
Right.
So you do have a little bit of time.
Yeah. So I guess we could, like, I'm gonna be reevaluating my spells and doing some different things too. So if there's any other strategies that we'd like to do, I think that's a
Well,
good one.
The spell that I have prepared today to help us be a little more sneaky, I was planning to not prepare it tomorrow when we go into battle, but
I see.
A lot hinges on what we find if we decide to scout and how long it takes us to get to the site.
Sure.
I'm always up for scouting.
You fit the profile.
So the group of you ride on for a little while. If there's anything you want to talk about amongst yourselves, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we can just skip forward several hours to when you get kind of close to the ambush site. Up to you.
Embers is focused far too
Going
much on
once, going
on her
twice.
writing.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Unless
let's
Ember's
go.
gonna
Talk to
help with
anybody.
everything. Yeah.
Owen has nothing to talk to anyone about. Why would you even ask?
Nothing at all.
Right. Yeah, Rook doesn't even know that he would have something to talk to.
I think that if anything, Elwyn is probably going to spend the ride riding close to Embers and making sure that Embers has a handle on it. And anytime it looks like she might be getting a little out of control, she'll be helping out. That's pretty much, she's making sure that she's preoccupied with that so she
Mhm.
doesn't have to talk to Rook.
Well, see, the thing
basically.
is, as you're kind of helping Embers along, Embers gets to a point where you actually see that she has a pretty good handle on it. But out of the corner of your eye, you can see that Rook is struggling a bit more than anyone else in the party.
Damn it, Ethan.
He is.
I
Yeah.
think Rook is struggling because he's probably looking to see if Night Mantis is like trailing them.
Oh yeah, sure. Roll a perception check.
Sure. So maybe he's like preoccupied. That's
So Rook's not really struggling, but he's definitely trailing.
yeah. That's a 13.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you look around, and it's just basically once you get off the road, it's snowy plains and forests and kind of hilly, almost somewhat mountainous terrain in certain places. But you don't spot anyone following you as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So I rolled a perception check as well for
Mhm.
the same thing, because if I notice that Rook is falling behind, I can probably guess why. If I see that he's keeping an eye out, and I would also like to keep an eye out for her, and I rolled another fucking natural 20.
No way.
I
Okay.
did. I did. And so that's a 25.
So you don't see anyone following you out of the city, but I'm going to retroactively say you noticed something back in the city, which is as you were, approaching the Thrims Gate and you were witnessing all of these struggles between the wardens and the monstrous creatures that have been set loose. Somewhere off in the city, at a couple points, you heard the telltale bang, boom sound of the same handheld rifle, almost like mini cannon thing that Night Mantis used to assassinate two Dragontooth Brotherhood goons who were trying to sneak up on you the previous day. So all that is to say, last you heard of her, she seemed to be in the city assisting the wardens.
Fuck it all. All right. Then, Jesus Christ, I wasn't planning to do this right now, but I think what I'll do then is, if I notice that Rook is lagging behind because he's keeping an eye out, I
Mhm.
will slow down a bit to kind of fall into step next to him, and I'll just say, don't bother keeping an eye out for her. She's not here.
And like Rook just kind of looks at Elwyn, sort of surprised. Like kind of puzzled on his face. Like, I see.
There was a lot going on when we left the town, so I'm sure you didn't pick up on it, but I could hear the explosions that her weapons make. I think she's helping out back at Port Horizon Shroud.
And then he nods. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. All right, I'll focus on what we're doing then.
I'd appreciate it. It would help everyone stay safe. And I'll ride back up to fall into line with Embers again.
Okay.
Could everyone except for Elwyn make a Constitution saving throw? There won't be any like negative effects of this, but I just kind of want to see how everyone is dealing with the cold.
Now who rolled a natural 20?
So Rook's doing pretty okay.
We need
Yep.
to stop wasting them before we actually get to the fight,
I
though.
didn't try to. I
Mwahaha.
was like, I need to roll a 1 now. It's like,
How did
never
Embers do?
6.
6.
Can Tuppence have
Advantage
since
for
I'm
being
in
in
her
Ember's
fur?
fur? Yeah, sure.
I rolled really
You're
terrible.
stealing all her body heat.
Not better. I rolled okay. So the best one is a 6.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are the same.
Yeah.
At some
That's
point in
that's
the
what you get
ride,
when you're in Ember's fur, apparently.
at some point in the ride, it seems Five notices that the two of you are shivering, and they come back. They kind of like let their horse go drift back towards the group of you again, and kind of stop next to Embers and Tuppence and say, "We did also pack some fur garments, if you would prefer. You can see some of my warriors have taken it upon themselves to dress warmer. We have spares for you if you are cold."
In my size too?
No, I will admit we did not account for your particular size, but perhaps if your friend were to don such a garment, you could hide within?
Do they have pockets?
What was that? You
Do
kind
they
of
have
cut out a little bit.
Do they have pockets?
Yes, I do believe they do. I
Oh.
myself have never worn a fur garment,
Well,
though I
there,
cannot be certain.
there you go, Tuppence.
Thanks.
Now, Embers will gladly accept a fur garment.
Yeah, Five rides back up to the procession and basically takes one out of the saddlebag of the same individual who gave up their shield to Rook, and brings it back and puts it on you. There you go.
That poor
Please
dwarf.
enjoy and stay warm.
Meanwhile, I'm like cozying up in my nice fluffy cloak. Nice and cozy.
Then yeah, without any more incident, the hours pass on, and it starts to get to be, mid-afternoon, and the group of you stop to have kind of like a short meal, which is just kind of quiet, and everyone seems to be a little bit on edge. You saddle back up and continue onward. And it gets to be kind of late afternoon, early evening, when Five kind of holds up a hand to stop the procession, and kind of rallies everyone around to speak and says, "We should be approaching the canyon where the Brotherhood will be laying their trap. If we are to scout ahead, now is the time. I myself am not constructed for scouting. However, a number of my warriors are. Would any of you care to accompany them?"
I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Me too.
All right. Well, I have. If we're all going, then I'll go too.
Okay. About 4 of the 10 warriors who are accompanying you, who seem to be wearing kind of lighter armor rather than the heavy armor that some of the guards here are wearing, dismount and accompany you forward along the road.
All right, everybody gather close now. Come on. Before we get too close, come on. And
They all
I
come in.
get everyone within, I think it's within 30 feet of me. Yes. And I will cast Pass Without Trace.
Lovely.
And how this looks is it's just harnessing the snow that's already falling and having it appear to fall a little bit thicker around us and obscure us a little bit, like white mist and snow, to help obscure us from view.
Perfect.
When we took did we get a short rest for eating a meal?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you could have taken a short rest then for sure.
Could I change my armor type over to Infiltrator then during that short
Absolutely.
rest? Okay, so
Yeah.
I will do that.
Because that's something you can do in a short rest, right?
I believe so.
What do I get back on a short rest?
Double check, but I think you can.
That's what I'm looking at right now. Short or long
Oh,
rest.
sweet.
Yep.
Cool.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna do natural recovery during a short rest to get one of my level 2 spells back. I had spent one.
Just for the
Then I-
record, every meal Tuppence has is a short meal.
Yeah, well, she's short stuff, so. Great. So then, after you've Rook has set his armor to the proper mode. Elwyn has spent a little bit of time during the short rest recovering, or basically just meditating in the snow.
Mhm.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. With
The group
puppet
of
teeth.
you are prepared to scout ahead. Go ahead and make some stealth checks.
Yeah, so basically everyone needs to stay within 30 feet of me, but you all get a +10 to your stealth roll.
The warriors needed it.
Empress also needed it.
The warriors with the pass without trace got 19. How did Embers do?
18.
Nice.
Embers has a +7 to her roll.
So it begins.
What?
Tuppence rolled a 1 too?
No,
Oh, you're just laughing at
no, I'm laughing
Embers'
at
Funny.
one.
yours.
Yeah.
Poor Embers.
How did Rook do?
Rook got a 33.
Dang.
I got another natural 20.
Use them
Wasting
now,
them
my
all.
friends. Use them now.
Oh no.
Y'all are stealing all my luck.
Elwyn
On the worst things.
22.
and Tuppence.
31?
Okay. All in all, a very good stealth attempt. So you creep your way towards where you think this is going to happen. And basically the road kind of stays at an even level and cuts through a canyon that forms from hills that rise up on either side. So I assume you don't want to just like walk straight through the canyon. You probably want to scout either side of the ridge.
Right.
So you do so, kind of keeping to trees and hiding yourselves behind rocks, all the while relying on Elwyn to keep up this spell of hers, which is basically just flurries of snow that just kind of whip around you and obscure the group of you. Can you also now make a group survival check?
Oh, okay. Survival. Right.
I see you
Rolled
laughing, Kay.
No, I rolled. I rolled the metal die that gave me that is you can mix and match it. It definitely broke in half.
Well, I'm going to call that cocked.
Little cocked. It wasn't fully attached, I guess.
How did
Hang on.
Rook do?
3.
Not ideal. How about
No.
Embers?
Dirty 20.
And Tuppence?
14.
And Elwyn?
I should have taken that as a sign not to roll that dice, but I rolled it anyway and got a 7.
Okay. Well, between Tuppence, Embers, and these guards, who actually proved to be pretty adept at sort of more, nature-based tasks, like tracking in the wilderness and, keeping stealthy, than you might have expected. The group of you basically comb these ridges, both sides, and find no presence of humanoids or any sort of enemy, but you do find signs that they were here recently. In fact, with the rolls being pretty good between the group of you, you find not too far away from where there seems to be a concentration of signs that humanoids were moving around here recently. You find kind of buried in a snowdrift 3 Wyvern Knight bodies.
Mm.
Can I examine them to see what killed them?
Sure.
Yeah, same.
Roll a medicine check, both of you, or
Alright.
one of you with advantage.
I can help you. What's yours? +2? Or mine's +2.
Mine's +4.
Yeah, I'll help you. I'll give you guidance too.
Oh, thanks. Guidance is a D4.
D4.
Okay, cool.
Technically, I think you can only do one or the other because both are in
Oh, is that
action.
true?
But rule of cool, you can do it.
Well, I was actually gonna say that I help, so maybe I help and he does guidance.
That works.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, that works out to a 24.
24.
Sweet.
So it becomes clear to you that there were two things basically at play here. And it's hard to tell which one happened first. But first, it appears that they either fell a long ways or were heavily bludgeoned. Because there's a lot of like broken bones and things like that. Clear signs of, hard, forceful impact. The other thing is that they are badly burned, and it looks like their armor is melted in several places.
Well, this is what we were afraid of, isn't it?
I reckon this means we don't need to worry too much about that being used on us anymore.
Possibly.
And the locate object wouldn't have worked anyway if that's what we were looking for.
It's possible.
I'm gonna kneel down next to the bodies, and I'm just going to say a little elvish prayer of farewell.
This is the worst thing to ask. Do any of them have intact shields?
Intact, yes, slightly melted, but probably still functional. You'd still gain the bonus from it, but yeah, they're kind of melted. Like the metal is just, it looks like it was almost liquefied by whatever heat was applied against it, and then kind of recooled and solidified again.
I think Embers would like hold one up and look at it and say, well, maybe you can fix it up, Rook.
And give this one back to the dwarf?
Who happens to be one of the sort of group that is scouting with
okay.
you. Yeah, she just kind of like reaches over and takes it, examines it, and kind of shrugs.
I mean, I can fix that a little bit if you'd like.
No, it's fine. It'll do.
Or we can trade.
These scouts who you're with also seem to kind of pay some respects to the fallen comrades. You hear a couple of them make vows to return and ensure a proper burial.
I'll use Druidcraft to kind of create snow flowers popping up around them.
Weapons will help with Druidcraft also.
Okay. Yeah, you turn this into kind of a beautiful temporary place for these bodies to reside. What would you like to do?
So, Ethan,
Mm-hmm.
the review memory spell does not say that it has to be a living creature.
It should.
Is it supposed to? Okay.
It is supposed to, yeah.
Because
I'll have to update that.
Okay.
I try to follow the wording of other spells, and like other spells, I guess, just don't cover this half the
I
time.
think some probably do, but figured I'd ask.
Well,
'cause I would
anyways,
like
it does have to be a willing living creature.
Okay.
Well, at the same time, I don't think we're gonna learn anything from them that we don't already assume.
Well, I would have liked to know like the numbers that attacked them and just like other details of the force that we're going to be,
I wonder if
trying
we
to-
can figure some of that out just based on
Tracks and
survival
stuff.
check and the
Yeah.
tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your survival checks were kind of to find this site, but if you want to figure out some of that information, like their numbers, which direction they might have gone, you can make another survival check for sure.
I'll give it a shot. I'm pretty good at survival.
Okay. I assume someone's going to guide and someone's going to assist.
Sure. Yeah,
How
I'll do
about
that.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna do Bardic Inspiration for a
Oh,
little
you
bit.
can do that
more.
too?
You can
Sure.
also
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
can
do
do
You
that.
can also do
Yeah.
it all stacks.
You can get guidance,
Big
help
dice.
from Elwyn, and
Yeah.
inspiration from Tuppence.
The whole team's helping out.
The
here.
whole
Let's see. That's a 25 all told.
That's pretty good. So the guards who you are accompanied by at the moment are just kind of, they're busy with the bodies, kind of paying respects. What does it look like, the group of you all cooperating together? Like Tuppence is giving inspiration, Rook is giving guidance, Elwyn and Embers are doing the physical searching, but what does this whole scene look like as you're searching for clues?
I think that like Embers has kind of the sights and smells covered, and I think maybe Elwyn is like attuned to like the patterns of the snowfall and things.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm used to tracking things in the snow, so I can
Mhm.
probably
Yeah.
help you pick out individual footprints or
I think Rook and Tuppence. Rook reaches into his satchel and pulls out 2 pairs of pom poms, and then they just start go Embers.
So are we confirming that Rook has pom-poms that he carries on him?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Add those to your inventory.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. And then what does Tuppence's inspiration look like? What's she doing?
Yeah, she's being stealthy, so she doesn't want to use her flute or anything, but she's fluttering around and helping Rook make everything seem a little bit more special and upbeat.
Just kind of keeping everyone in a good mood. That's very Tuppence.
sprinkling pixie dust on the pom pom so that when Rook shakes them, the dust comes out.
So yeah, the group of you, as you watch Elwyn, you can see that like she very much knows what she's doing when it comes to tracking things in the snow. It's like it's almost as if she has received formal training in like ranger arts or like spent a long time with people who know how to do this sort of thing. It looks like she's doing like a very good job at kind of investigating the natural aspect of the space. Embers, similarly, with your heightened nose and ears, and to some extent your eyes as well. Between the group of you, you don't miss a thing. So what you find is that the group that was here had a number of supplies with them. And you can tell that the supplies were things like wood for palisades that might be used to create like a temporary barrier. There's also signs of like thick rope or cabling or something like that they had with them. It also seems to be not a huge force. Let me see if I can get you a number here. Where did it go? Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like 15 people total. But the concerning thing is that you find signs of several large creatures with clawed feet. And with that check, you can tell that the feet seem almost bird-like. And actually, since you rolled so high and since you have experience with this, you would recognize them to be the tracks of griffins. Yep, so that's what you find.
And this is stuff that we know that our the ambushers have, the wood and the rope and everything.
Yeah, well, you're investigating the area where they were kind of camped clearly until they intercepted the Wyvern Knights. So it's pretty safe to assume that this was their stuff.
Okay. Griffins, huh?
Not a happy sight. I was hoping to avoid those the rest of my life.
Well, guys, if I should happen to perish here, on my tombstone, I want you to write, "Not appreciating my puns while I was alive was a grave mistake."
What would the group of you like to do? As Tuppence's pun hangs in the air.
Sorry, no, I was laughing, but I was muted. No, Elwyn just kind of shakes her head and laughs at you, basically.
Can we gather up the wood and the rope?
Oh no, the wood and the rope isn't here, but you find signs that like supplies were placed
oh,
here and
okay.
determined what they were.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was like the impressions of planks and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, like rope or some kind of cabling or something like that.
Hmm. I guess, can I get up on the ridge?
Oh, I'm sorry. You rolled really high, and you also would have figured out sort of what direction they moved.
Hmm.
It seems like they moved further up the road to the north, to some
The
extent.
direction of the caravan?
Really- Yeah, the direction the caravan is going to be moving north to south,
Mhm.
and you've been traveling south to north.
Yeah.
So it seems like they moved further to the north.
Okay.
Could we track them to their new location?
With that roll, absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess we'd put it to the group. Do we want to follow these people and try to ambush them tonight, or do we want to wait until tomorrow?
Well, I could do either way, but I'd be better prepared if we waited till tomorrow.
We could go back and consolidate with everybody else first and see if they prefer a nighttime raid or not.
Do we
I
want to
would
at least
be
find?
included
find
in
the-
the decision.
That's true. Do
Yeah,
we
we
want to
can.
at least find the location of the camp now and then go back, or
That'd be a good idea while your spell
so we
is
don't lose
still
the tracks?
active. Yeah.
Well, you don't know
Yeah.
necessarily how far up the road they've gone.
That's true.
It could be several hours. It could be just a little bit. It's kind of unclear.
You can tell
You just
somewhat
kind of
like the
wonder.
freshness of the track though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like you can figure how long ago they moved, but not how far away they moved, you know?
Sure. I mean,
And it would have been, they would have moved within like the past 18 hours or so. So
oh
it seems
shoot.
like
Well,
they
it-
probably intercepted
it-
these wyvern knights and then moved.
If anything, we know which direction they're likely to be coming from. So unless they come from the air. But still, if they went in that direction, at least maybe we can set up an ambush for them tomorrow.
Yeah, but I mean, just judging from the information, I don't think they would have enough griffins for everybody, right? So
That's
No,
right.
they wouldn't.
yeah, so then I think they'd be coming from probably mainly the ground.
So we know which direction they'd be coming from. We could try to ambush them before they come back here.
That's true.
What time is it now?
Early evening, late afternoon,
Let's.
closer to early evening at this point.
What we could try is getting some good rest now, and then in the middle of the night, setting off while maybe the rest of them are still asleep. Try and find their camp and fall on them then.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just worried about losing the trail if we don't follow it now.
I mean,
The
we
snow
could.
is coming down. It's going to eventually cover tracks for sure.
So how about we can follow it and then we can send the guards back and they know which direction we're heading.
And they can
So-
come meet us.
Couldn't they get a scout come meet us?
Yeah, theoretically.
So maybe something like that.
Assuming they
Yeah.
can find you after you've gone forward.
Well,
We can
if
leave
we
tracks.
take everyone with us, take the scouts with us, go find where the camp is, and then send the scouts back.
Okay.
But again, we don't know how far away the camp is. It might take us all night to get there.
Well, I'm just saying like they can meet us while we're still tracking it and we can try not to cover our tracks so they can find us easier. And then if we decide that it's too far away, we should just camp and do a quick rest and then go forward as a group. But if they are, but if they're close, then obviously we can regroup at that point and figure out what to do for them.
Honestly, my vote would be to camp out here and to set up some kind of ambush or trap here, because we know at least that they're coming here. This is the information that is not a question mark.
That's true. They've still got to set up these palisades and these ropes, so they'll need time to set up, and we can strike while they're doing that.
While
The
they're
other
busy doing something.
The
Yeah.
other thing too is if we do wait for tomorrow, then we would have the aid of the caravan. If
Well, I'm
we
not
do
sure
it
how
at
much
the
the
same time.
caravan would be able to
I mean, it's
to defend themselves.
right, but what I'm saying is that it would just be adding numbers. Like we would have whatever we
But
have
it also brings the ball into the game.
That's true, I guess.
If we can take them
It's a
out before the
risk.
caravan even gets here, then yeah,
That'd be the
risk
best.
is
That would be the
lessened.
best. Yeah.
I like the idea of taking them out before we have to worry about bystanders.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Mm,
Tuppence, what's your vote? You've been awful quiet.
Well, considering everything, all valid points. I like the idea of sleeping now, setting up a trap, and sending the guard back and having them come join us here. They should be
Elwyn's
rested
nodding.
and they should be rested and can cover us too.
Embers?
I'll go with whatever Rook says. He's the tactician here.
Elwyn looks at Rook without saying anything.
Rook says, I think we should at least give the tracks a try and see if we can see how far away they are for a little bit and then come back and camp. Kind of know a safety distance.
Okay. So it sounds like you want the scouts to go back now, and then you're going to scout a little bit ahead to kind of follow the tracks and see how far they go. Is that
Yeah,
the plan?
for a certain amount of time and then return so we
Okay.
can regroup with everybody.
That's what half of us want to do anyway.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, well, you come to a decision and then let me know. I thought that was the decision.
The tracks are 18 hours old. So they are either traveled for 18 hours or they traveled a short
Right. We don't. Well, yeah.
distance and slept. But how
Right.
far are you wanting to go before you give up?
I mean, not more than an hour, probably.
If I'm willing to, if someone wants to come with me, I'm willing to fly and go so that two can stay back and start the trap.
I'll go with you. I'm fairly quiet.
Well, if I go, then you can have my magical cloak.
I feel
But
like we
if
might as
you-
well all
if-
go at that point.
If you leave my proximity, then. Although I really am not. I still don't think it's a good idea. I don't think we're going to find anything that useful.
But at least we would know that they're more than an hour away from us. So that if
So
we
you
were
just
to
want
set
to
up,
travel for an hour, and then if we
Mhm.
don't run into them, come
yep,
back.
then we know that they're further than that, and then we know that if where sort of our safety area is at least, and so we can set up traps or whatever. Or
I could
sentries.
also send a. I could send a creature out too. To scout for an hour, so we don't have to leave here unless you want to go.
Nah, I can also cast invisibility on myself
Because if
I get in trouble.
we're able to start our rest here now, we would be ready to go much earlier. But if we take 2 hours to go and come back, then we get 2 hours later start in the morning.
Yeah,
and
that's
what
true.
happens if we do come upon them?
Oh,
But
well, then we know exactly where they
I could
are.
I could summon like I did in the warehouse, a creature that could scout ahead for us and come back and let me know. I can only see through their eyes for a limited distance, but I could send them out for an hour and have them come back and
Yeah, I mean, if
figure
you
out.
think
I like
that's
that idea best.
yeah, if you think that's a reliable way to get the information, then I'm all for it. And that would, like you said, keep us here, and then we can rest immediately.
If they're able to
Sounds like a best
sense
of both
things.
worlds situation.
Does.
All right, let me see, because I haven't used any wild shapes today. I am not 100% familiar with Find Familiar yet. You see what I did there?
I was muted. I was going to say you better find some familiarity with it.
I'm gonna find some familiarity. Let's see. I could do a bat, a cat, a crab, a frog, a hawk, a lizard, an octopus, an owl, which might be good. Poisonous snake,
Alwyn?
rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel.
My vote is crab.
An owl has dark vision and
Pretty
uh,
decent stealth.
pretty decent stealth.
A crab has pinchers though.
And keen hearing and sight.
How fast
Yeah.
does it fly?
60 feet, looks like.
Sounds good to me.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah, 60 feet. Yeah, and
I'll
a hawk
win.
would also have
I'll win.
60 feet and has a +4 to perception, whereas an owl has just a +1. I
But
think.
does a hawk
Oh,
have
no,
dark
+3.
vision?
No, a hawk doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, it's going to start getting dark real soon. So
All right, so I can.
looks like
If
owls
that's-
have superior dark vision.
All right, so if that's what we're gonna do, I'm going to kind of find a place to kind of sit, and I will pull my hands up and swirl the snowflakes in front of me until they kind of create the form of a snowy owl, and then the snow will kind of fall away, and the owl will be there.
You draw the rest of the owl. Okay.
Its feathers have the pattern of like a mask on the front of its face, kind of
Oh,
across
that's so
the beak.
badass.
Yeah.
That's so badass. So I will say, because I can give it telepathic commands, but I can't understand it.
Mhm.
So I will basically say,
But
If-
it's a small creature, so I think tuppence can talk to it.
can tuppence understand it though, or just speak
Yeah.
to it and be understood?
Simple things we can communicate. Yes,
Okay.
both.
Okay. Well, if that's true, I mean, I was gonna say, basically, fly for an hour in that direction, and if you find a camp of people and a snake woman, I want you to pick a branch from a tree and bring that branch back to me. If you
Woo.
fly for an hour and you don't find anybody, come back and don't bring anything. All right.
It clicks its beak.
All right. Thank you very much. And I give it some scritches and a little bit of like nuts for my rations and send it off.
And you want it, so it's going to fly for an hour then. As the
I don't
owl
know.
flies.
I think my wild companion feature lasts a number of hours equal to half my druid level. So an hour and a half? Or does it round?
We'll say an hour and a half.
Okay, so I'll say fly for 45 minutes.
Okay.
3/4 of an hour and then come back.
And if it doesn't find anything, it's supposed to come back with nothing. But if it finds something, it comes back with the branch from the tree, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then are the group of you going back to the scouts and telling them what you've learned?
I
Okay.
think we were going to send the people that were with us back, right?
But you're going to stay here on the ridge.
Yes.
Got it.
Right.
Then the owl flies off, and the group of you are kind of left alone on the ridge as the scouts go back. What are you going to do here? Just kind of start resting?
Let's look for a place to set up camp that's out of view, inconspicuous lag.
Yeah, you can find something like that. I mean, like a secluded thicket or something like that.
I think maybe it might be a good idea to find some places where we might be able to set up an ambush if we're going to stage the attack here.
I'll help Rook look for one of those.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Looking for strategic locations. I'm gonna make this kind of a weird check. Unless nature's by default wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
So
It
this-
enters int.
Intelligence.
Oh, perfect. I was gonna say intelligence, nature. So just a nature check then.
I'm not trained, so you're
Try
probably
and
better.
anything.
Why is
What's that?
nature intelligence? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
I think
it's what
I
you
think it-
know about nature.
yeah, it's like
Right.
stuff
Not-
you've learned.
Not what you can sense or
Yeah.
intuitively know, I guess.
So I can do that check. Are you helping me?
Oh
now?
yeah, I'm helping you.
All right. Oh, do I have bardic inspiration too? So I have all the dice again. Just kidding.
If you need
Uh,
it, you can have it.
Well, I got a 19. Do you think I need it?
Oh.
No. Okay.
Okay. Um, so if you're attacking something that is traveling on the road, the place where the Brotherhood was going to set up is pretty strategic, right? Because you have the advantage of sort of you're being you're at a height, out of reach of anything traveling through the canyon. So you could like pepper crossbow bolts down or something like that. The canyon is also not terribly wide, so it's easy to block off. So that's probably like the most strategic point for something coming through the canyon. If things for some reason go off the road and veer around the canyon, there's a number of thickets that you could use to conceal yourself until an enemy is kind of out in the open in front of you, and then you could make your ambush. Yeah, I mean, you rolled pretty well. So if you have sort of an idea for an ambush point in mind, let me know, and we'll see if that's something that might be around here.
Yeah, we want to be ambushing the people who are ambushing.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you think there's any worth to blocking off the ravine now?
Maybe we don't. Do we have supplies for that?
You
I
tell
don't know.
me.
Are they are
really.
there big rocks around that they were planning to like drop into block out the ravine or something? Or
There's some rocks, but there's not like
does anyone have any
huge
dynamite?
boulders placed right next to the edge of the cliff, you know? Anything
do.
like that. You do.
I think Rook has some dynamite.
I
we
do
could
have dynamite.
we
Well,
could
I have
collapse.
firecrackers.
That'd make a lot of noise.
I
Well,
have whatever the
firecrackers
kobolds
aren't-
were.
Yeah, they aren't quite as
yeah.
powerful as dynamite, but might do something.
Yeah. Let's see. I have a cluck cluck mushroom, firecrackers, and then pom poms. That's about it. Those are the only strategic items I have.
Okay. Well, while the group of you are having this conversation, probably about like half an hour passes, and you're trying to set up like a strategic ambush point, and you could see a figure coming out of the growing darkness and the flurries of the snow, and you recognize 5 coming towards you.
So.
And once they spot you, they approach.
Okay. The other thing we could do is do like pitfall traps and stuff in their path that they'd be returning from. So we could just set up things, and then if they get stuck in the traps, that's when we would just rush out of one of these thickets or something.
As 5 approaches you, they who would they perceive as kind of like the leader of the group? I guess probably Elwyn, because she was kind of the most accomplished rider.
Oh.
5 comes up to Elwyn and
Wow.
says,
Well, Rook and Embers are off like
Discussing.
scouting and
Yeah,
figuring
that's
out
true.
stuff. So that makes sense if Tuppence and I are just kind of hanging out.
my soldiers have informed me that the group of you intend to set up an ambush here.
Yeah, we think we know what direction the enemy might be coming from. And I sent a scout off to see if they were nearby. Should be expecting to hear back from my scout soon, but
Hopefully we will hear back from this scout in the near future and can make a more informed decision. But I have concerns about the current course of action.
what are your concerns, 5?
Yes, this is the main road south to Horizon Shroud. But the Dragontooth Brotherhood is a national syndicate. They have bases in cities all across the Empire. We have no guarantee that they will pursue this path back the way they came.
But we do
They
know
may-
they're going to come back here.
5 kind of shakes their head and says, "How do we know this?"
Well, this is where the ambush point's going to be, right? This is
It was. But if their commander is worth her salt, and she learned that their plans were made, would she not adapt? I would.
Elwin
It
kinda
is
thinks about it.
possible that they will enact their plan while we wait here, and we will never see them again.
So you think we should just go find the caravan?
It's a good
Five looks
thing.
around and says, because it is growing dark now, I would not advise that. Not all of my soldiers, myself included, are adapted for scouting in the darkness. We may blunder into a trap ourselves.
Speak plainly, Five. What do you recommend?
We should wait until your scout returns. Then we will know more.
Any minute now.
And Embers and Rook, you can have come back at this point, having scouted out the vicinity.
I'll
Okay.
kind of convey to them what Five has just said to us.
Yeah, Rook will ask 5 then. So the caravan should be at the Warden checkpoint at this point, right? And they will leave, I'm guessing, in the morning again from there? Down this
Yes,
path?
they will head south in the morning. Warden protocol states that they should not stay in one place for too long. If their replacements do not come, which they won't, then the wardens there will proceed onward, exhausted as they may be.
Do you know about what time they're supposed to leave in the morning?
Yes, they should leave first thing, at dawn's first light.
How many hours is that from now, do you think?
Maybe, let's see, 10 to 12?
Okay. So we can imagine that the caravan would leave the checkpoint, it would travel some distance away, and then anywhere from an hour or two from...
So doing some mental calculus, it probably would have arrived here around noon. If it were, not intercepted.
Unimpeded, yeah.
Yeah.
So, right. But I guess my point is that they wouldn't attack it at the checkpoint. They would wait till it's a little bit away from the checkpoint, probably, and then attack it either between wherever that point is and wherever we are right now.
If I were them, that's the move I would make.
I
But
agree.
there are strategists more accomplished than me.
I mean, what else? I can't imagine right now what else. I don't really know the lay of the land either, so I don't really know if there's a better option other than picking a point between here and there.
As soon as we did not find them here, everything
Can I
changed.
roll an insight check on Rook? And he says, I don't really know the lay of the land.
Sure.
Yeah.
Natural 1. Proceed.
Natural 20. You find nothing. Yeah. So that conversation happens. Let's see. Okay, I see your point 5. Yeah, we can wait for Elwin's scout to return and see if we have any new information, and then make a decision from there.
Yes, let's. With that, 5 kind of lapses into silence, not really blinking, just kind of staring from one of you to the next. Those of you who have interacted with Warforged, which I don't think many of you have had too much extensive interaction with them. Embers in particular, you would probably, and Tuppence also, would probably not have too much experience with them. But Elwin, you would have met a few in Iend while you were there. Rook, you might have met a few in recent years as well. They run the sort of the spectrum for like emotional capability and also like personality. When whatever happened to the Warforged happened, and I'm not sure how many details you would know, the event that created them, many of them regained memories. Some of them did not. Some of them regained like hazy part memories. It's kind of a very mixed bag. But this Warforged in particular seems to be more on the unless they might have been just a very robotic person to begin with, seems to be kind of more on the maybe didn't regain as many of their memories and experiences side of the spectrum.
Understood.
But yeah, it's not long before the owl comes flying back into sight. And Elwyn, I think, is the first to see it with her good dark vision, and it is not carrying a
Superior.
branch in its beak.
All right. I'll welcome it back and give it some
Woohoo!
stitches. No camp then. That's
Kind of nibbles
that's
on
good
your
news.
ear.
That's good news. Give it a little bit of a scritch and I'll dismiss it.
Kind of melts back into snow.
Snowflakes. Flurry on the wind.
That was
Well,
an
looks
interesting
like-
scout.
Looks like there are no camps within 45 minutes of here.
So I guess we move on then.
Or we camp and then move on in the morning.
But we must
Yeah.
make a decision whether we bank on making an ambush here or attempt to move forward and intercept their interception.
Given what you've said, I think that it is smarter to try and get to the caravan as quickly as possible. We rest first and go find that caravan and keep it safe. There's no point if we wait here and it gets attacked on the road and we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. There's no point.
I cannot predict what they may do. But I think that would be a wise option.
And if they decide
There
to
may be
still try
others.
and do their ambush here, at least we know what they're planning to do and we'll be prepared for it. Or we can try to divert the caravan once we get to it. Make them take another path.
Well, so we know one thing for sure is that they are actively watching for us or Port Horizon Shroud to contact the caravan. So at some point of between here and there, they will know that we are coming because they're
I
watching.
think they
for that.
already know we're coming.
Well, they know. I mean, but right, in like a general sense, but they'll have eyes on us,
Potentially.
right? So,
So if they don't want us to get to the caravan first, they'll either attack us.
well, my point to that is yes, and that also means that they're probably not too far off of the road somewhere.
And
because,
if it makes them reckless and less planned out, that's going to work out in our favor.
yeah, because I think I would imagine that their group would stick somewhere close to the road so they can make a dynamic, like, solution based off of what's happening or they're reacting to us.
Either way, we should probably not proceed forward tonight. At least not too much further.
I agree with that.
Let's take 5-5.
I appreciate your humor. There's like no change to the facial expression. It was a very good jest.
All right,
Okay.
let's make camp then.
Okay. The group of you set up camp. The guards who you're with have already kind of set one up. There's no fire because they're trying to keep a low profile, but they've kind of set up tents off the road in like a group of trees, kind of hidden. And it looks like they've set up spaces for you as well.
Okay.
Do any of you want to do anything with the night, or is it just kind of straight to bed and a tense slumber?
I'll kind of cozy up next to Embers. Say, you did real good on that horse today. I'm really impressed.
Thank
How do
you.
you feel?
I'm very anxious about all of this.
Well, the situation is not ideal. I agree with you on that one.
I think we
But,
should have. I think we should have ridden ahead.
We still can.
Not up to me.
Okay.
I want
And
to like give it
with
a
that-
second and just be like, all right, well, I'm gonna turn in. You should too.
We'll dive back in the pocket.
And I guess with that, an uneasy rest kind of finds all of you. You toss and turn a bit in the night, partially because it's cold, though you have kind of warm furs to warm you. And also these tents are actually a little bit insulated themselves, it seems. But you are camping out on a snowy night. When you wake in the morning, it is still a little bit dark, but it's getting light. You can see that the sun is starting to rise a little bit. The clouds are still gray, but the snowfall is lighter this morning than it was the night before. And the camp is already kind of bustling, getting the horses saddled back up. Ah, good. You are awake. I kept watch throughout the night. There were no incidents. We should proceed.
Embers nods heavily.
Consume your sustenance. Ready your horses, and we will leave.
Right. I think we should make as much haste as we can.
Okay. The group of you saddle up and begin making your way forward again. Is there anything you want to do as you go in particular? Like, are you trying to stay out of sight, or are you mostly following the road? What's the plan?
Is
Tough
there a
call.
point to staying out of sight if they know we're coming and they're watching us
Well, I
anyway?
just think they're probably monitoring the most direct path to the caravan. So if we were out away from the road far enough, we might actually go around them. But that would be the only thing I could think of. The only reason.
So what are we prioritizing here? Are we prioritizing speed to get to the caravan or stealth to avoid being tracked?
Well, it's possible that if we can potentially resolve this without conflict if we can get to if we can have the caravan turn around and stay at the warden checkpoint, right? Because I don't think they would want to attack a checkpoint.
That's true.
Like they wouldn't want to attack
That's
a heavily,
true.
you know.
So we need to hurry to the caravan.
It's possible, yeah, that we could just say turn around, and then there's no fighting, and then we
I like that
fulfill
plan.
our objective without bloodshed.
Okay.
So
If
we're
that's what you want to
rushing
do,
to meet the caravan, then
yes.
What does 5 want to do though? Because he's like in charge of all of their
Oh,
revenue.
when you ask 5 says, "Well, I am mostly here to provide advice. Governor Nyasa made it clear that the group of you were the most capable to lead this mission.
Okay.
I'm here for support and to keep you alive as best I can."
How would you
we
advise this
appreciate it.
suggestion?
5.
You make a good point. If we can reach the caravan before it reaches their ambush and advise it to turn around, perhaps we avoid bloodshed altogether. I think this is smart.
Okay, let's go with that then.
It is risky, however, because as you have noted, they may see us coming.
Yes, but how much are there paths to where we can get to the caravan that are like outside the main road? Would that be?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll be a little bit
Like
circuitous
just a detour,
and
yeah.
yeah, I mean, you won't be able to be sneaky about it, but you can take paths like that to try and get around, for sure. What I'll need the group of you to do is make a... I mean, it's not really your stealth, it's kind of the horses, but still, we'll say the group of you make a stealth check at disadvantage as you're kind of trying to proceed quickly, but also not be seen.
Okay.
All of us?
Yep. And also I will roll for the soldiers who are accompanying you as well. Not bad, actually. The soldiers rolled a 14 total.
I also
Rook?
got a 14.
Embers?
19.
Tuppence?
11.
And Elwyn.
Natural 1?
Okay.
4?
Good thing it was a group check.
Nope.
all in
2.
all-
2.
Yeah.
All in all, pretty good checks, though. So as a group, the group of you basically find some of these side roads, probably leaning on 5 for their knowledge of the surrounding area, and push forward. It is several hours before you come to a point where 5 says, we at this point are near where the caravan should be. We should return to the main road.
Yeah.
At this point, the sun is on its way up in the sky, and it is probably about 10 or 11 a.m. And as the group of you emerge onto the main road, you can see the caravan a little ways ahead of you and begin sort of barreling towards it. Not too long after the group of you emerge from the main road and begin heading towards the caravan, which at this point is still proceeding away from you, not necessarily understanding who you are and what you are and thinking you might perhaps even be an enemy. It seems as if they pick up a little bit of pace as well. Not too long after that, you see a group of horses emerge from the road in front of the caravan, as well as a number of large winged silhouettes rising up into the sky and beginning to wing their way towards it. And basically all of you are going to collide kind of in the center on this caravan.
Great.
I need to make a couple adjustments to the Roll20 map real quick.
Do I have a chance, as we see this happening, to reach out and cast a spell on Rook?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna just reach over and grab Rook's arm and cast protection from poison on him.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah, and this
As
is
I
where we
see
can
this
drink our
happening.
fire resist potions and whatever. So I kind of forgot, but how are we distributing the...
I don't think we distributed them yet, so we can say we did it last night while Ethan
Right.
gets the map ready.
I was trying to remember
and
who
figure
was
out
doing
who's-
what.
Yeah, I don't think that we decided, so
Okay.
let's decide.
Yeah, we can decide now. So I have absorb elements, you have absorb elements. So we didn't need...
Absorb elephants.
Yes, I can
Elephants.
absorb elephants.
We didn't need fire, so
Yeah.
maybe Embers should have the
With a
fire
monocle.
resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fire resistance for sure.
I also
Yeah.
have an antitoxin in my inventory.
Actually, I
Give
think it was
that to.
I think it was the antitoxin I wanted.
You
You
wanted
could
the
also have an
antitoxin.
antitoxin.
Okay.
So I
So
think you and Rook are going to be the ones getting up in it, right?
Yeah.
Theoretically.
And
And I just gave Rook protection from poison.
yeah, because I feel pretty confident about making dex saves, but not so much making con saves, which is why I want the poison protection.
Okay.
You want to give the fire protection to Tuppence
have-
then?
Do you want it, Tuppence? The fire resist?
Okay.
I think, yeah. We have what, 2 antitoxins?
I have one in my inventory. Who has... Do we have the
I
other
don't-
one somewhere?
I don't know. I think you might be the only person that had
Okay,
it.
then we just had one, and then we were doing the protection from poison or whatever, right? Was the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
thing? So, okay.
Okay, I think I am about ready.
Okay, so I'll hand both
Okay.
of those to Embers.
Okay.
Or, sorry, I'll hand the antitoxin to Embers and the potion of
Yeah.
fire resist to Tuppence.
And I'll drink it on my way out there.
And then, does everyone have a potion of healing?
I do.
Do we buy enough for that?
I have 3 in my inventory.
We had some starting
Oh,
out
right.
too. I had
Yeah.
one from before.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay, then I'll give you one of those too. So I'll knock
Yeah,
that off of mine.
I don't have one. I'll need one.
Then I'll give you one as well. Now we each have one. And then I'll get rid of these off my inventory.
Okay. And with
Awesome.
that, the group of you should be on the Roll20 page. I think I've moved the players there. Yep.
Ooh.
So you should see, you basically see the site of this, this caravan is like a wooden stagecoach type thing with 2 horses hitched to the front, but it is metal plated and armored. And you can see that it has a driver. And then there are about 1, 2, 3, 4 soldiers who have basically formed a formation in front and to the sides of this thing. And are moving to intercept these colorfully cloaked Brotherhood thugs who are coming from the other direction and clearly outnumber the soldiers. As you can see, I've colored the thugs to the color of their cloak in case that becomes important. So you've got 2 in white cloaks, 1 in a black cloak, 2 in red, 2 in blue, and 1 in green. There's no sign of Kashura just yet. But as you look up towards the griffins that are winging their way this way, you spot Kashura on one of their backs. Let's roll initiative.
Of course we do.
Dun, dun.
Can you put us on the map?
Are you? You should
We're on
be.
the
You're
map on the left
behind
side.
the
Yeah, we're
stagecoach
on the
over
map.
here.
What? I don't see
Yeah.
I don't see my tokens.
You might
Yeah,
need to
they're on
reload.
the
Oh,
far
okay.
far left.
I'll reload.
Yeah. We've had that problem with you before where you don't see tokens or they don't animate, right?
Oh,
Hopefully
okay. I
reloading
see it.
fixes it.
I see him now.
Okay, that's good. Right, initiatives. How did Embers do?
24.
24. And Elwyn?
Another fucking natural 20 on this same die that got a natural 20 earlier for 21.
21. You guys are quick. Tuppence.
17.
You guys are all quick. And Rook?
We're not all quick. I got a 7.
7. Okay. Someone had to be slow. Right. I have their initiatives all rolled. So I am set. Probably surprising no one. Embers is the first to act. But before that, let me explain something. Because the group of you are not alone. You have the support of some allies. People who have watched previous seasons of our show will know kind of what is about to happen. But I've prepared some reinforcements for the group of you to use. Basically what this is it's legendary actions that the party can use. So I'm just trying to get it so I can show you the thing in the journal. There we go, all players. You should see Brotherhood heist reinforcements in your journals.
Huh?
So at the end of your turn, on your turn, you can use one of your 3 reinforcement actions per round to do one of these effects. There is one special one this time around that takes a reaction, which is the shield option. So keep in mind, if you use that, it's not necessarily on your turn and it does use your reaction, but it is pretty useful. And yeah, so there's lots of options there for you to go through the list. You can get help from one of them to get advantage on something. You can have one of them ferry an item, such as a potion, to another party member. You can have them make attacks. You can have one of them stabilize a dying creature with the medical packs that they brought. Or you can have one of them interpose a shield to help you avoid some damage.
Sweet.
So with that, Embers, what would you like to do?
I am going to just tear out of there and use my feline agility to double my speed. Let's see. So I can go. How far can I go? I can pretty much get up to him in melee if I want, but I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to get to right to the east of this tree, right between these 2 trees here, and fire off 2 radiant sunbolts at this Brotherhood member in white.
Okay. Sounds good to me. This group of Brotherhood individuals, confident in their numbers, sees the group of you approaching from behind, and especially Embers as she darts out with this feline speed. They look a little bit intimidated by your initial appearance. Roll those attacks.
Does an 18 hit?
I believe it does. Let me grab their AC here. Yes, easily.
All right, then we've got 2 hits for 14 damage.
Okay. Both of the radiant blasts kind of slam into this individual and make them falter backwards, falling a little bit, but then they pick themselves back up and continue their charge forward.
Okay.
Anything else for Embers?
Nope, that's action, bonus action, movement.
Okay. Kashura then. The griffin that she's on basically swoops in above the coach itself. And from the top of the griffin, you can see that she drops down this metal cable that dangles down towards the roof of the coach, and she basically grabs onto it with gloved hands and slides down it at a rapid speed, landing on top of the stagecoach. Right there, as you can see on the map. Let's see, what will she do with her turn? So that's her movement. She sees the group of you and she shouts out, "Brotherhood, do not fear these meddling whelps. We'll rout them like the rest of these worms." And then she basically takes 2 darts and hurls them at Embers. Let me make sure she's in range. Corner here. She's just in range. So she'll make 2 attacks against Embers.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
darts.
With darts. So it's only a 12 to hit and an 11 to hit, which I
Those both
assume are both
miss.
misses.
Yeah.
How does Embers dodge these darts that come your way?
I think she like just like kicks up a big like snow cover, so sure doesn't even really know where to attack.
Because it's just like a blur of white.
Mhm, yeah.
Yep, and these darts go sailing right past you. That's her movement and her action. She doesn't have any bonus actions, so that is the end of Kashura's first turn. Elwyn, what would you like to do?
I am going to, I think, run into the trees. Just to try and get a little bit of cover. 3, 4, 5, maybe here.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to focus and reach my hands up in the direction of Kashura and then grab and wrench them down. And I'm going to pull a beam of moonlight down from the sky onto
Cool.
Kashura's location and cast Moonbeam.
I assume you don't want to catch the driver in that, so you can
It's
definitely
only
do
a 5-foot radius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's totally doable.
Oh yeah, 5. Is it 5 foot? 5-foot radius, so it's actually 10 feet across. I thought
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Okay,
not
okay,
diameter.
okay.
Still
Yeah,
doable,
yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm
what does she
gonna
have to
go
do?
ahead and draw. Hold Alt for circle. Nothing happens now, but on her turn she needs to make a. I'm gonna put it right there.
Okay,
And on her turn she'll have to make a con save.
very good.
But there is just a moonbeam.
And
if she's a shape changer, she has disadvantage.
That is good to know. Cool.
Gives a very poignant look toward a certain member of our party who shall not be named.
Rook is not going to go
Remind me
anywhere
of
near
that when
that.
it comes around to her turn, though.
You don't know that, though, Rook.
I don't know that.
I've
I
never
don't know
used
that.
this before.
I know.
At the end of Elwyn's turn, she'll use one of her
Wait,
legendary
I'm
actions. Oh, you've still
still-
got more? I'm sorry. Go on.
No, that was movement and action. I don't think I have any bonus actions. I just want to make sure. No, I don't. Because I didn't prepare healing word today, just cure wounds. So never mind. Proceed.
Okay. She basically reaches down to her belt that she's wearing, where she has a it looks like a set of vials, and she dips 2 darts in those vials. I guess I should describe kind of how she looks. She's still wearing the like green light robes of the Brotherhood. But you clearly recognize her from the times you've seen her in memories and things like that, with sort of the medium length, short, black, curly-ish hair, the green eyes with slight green scales underneath, and then I don't remember if she had any other distinguishing features. I think that's the main thing. But yeah, she takes the opportunity to like dip 2 darts in these vials at her hip, and that's her legendary action. So Tuppence, it's your turn.
Can we establish my location? Because I thought I was in Ember's pocket.
You can be with Embers if you want. Absolutely.
All right. So then if that's the case, first for my bonus action, I want to perform mental of inspiration to get it. Everybody, let's see, within 60 feet. So
Ooh.
I guess it would just be me and.
No, that's
Oh, you're
everybody.
there?
That's
Is
everybody.
everybody? Okay.
All these
You
guards.
mean-
Sure.
Everybody. No, it's only it's only 3 creatures.
Oh, okay.
So everybody but me can get 5, 10 hit
Sweet.
points.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then for my turn, I'm going to cast Bane. On
Yes.
the three. Yeah, these 3. Well, is
Those
that
are-
Oh,
I
these
think allies.
those are
allies.
guards from from the Imperial Wardens. These colored ones over here are the attacking Brotherhood.
okay? So 30 feet, I can get to those 2 with Bane.
Okay.
Then.
It's
Do you get 2 or 3 with that? Because I think is Kashura also? Yeah, Kashura's within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, I get 3. So they
You
have
could
to
do Kashura and the 2.
Okay, charisma saving throws.
all right. Here goes the 2 Brotherhood warriors. One of them succeeds with an 18. The other one rolled a 4. So, which one do you want to bane of those 2?
Probably the white one closest.
Okay, the one that Ember's injured.
Yeah.
We'll mark it with that.
And
And then Kashura rolls a save. She passes as well.
okay. So the one that failed, whenever a target that fails the saving throw, when they make an attack roll or a saving throw, they have to subtract a d4 from it.
Okay, noted. Anything else on Tuppence's turn?
I think I'll stay with Embers for now.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Just like peeking out of that pocket and slinging spells around.
Yeah.
I will remind you that you haven't used any of your reinforcements yet
Yep.
this round.
So the shield is you use, like, if I'm getting targeted, I use my reaction.
Yes.
Okay.
To
Only
like
get
call
3.
someone over and
But-
interpose themselves.
But can I use my reaction to help somebody else? To shield somebody else? Or is it only a personal thing?
It's a personal thing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I guess I can use an attack roll then.
Certainly.
Let's should we use them to attack Shira, guys?
Whoever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your call.
All right. Go for it.
I don't think there's a bad answer here.
Oh wait, but it does say an enemy you are adjacent to.
Or a ranged attack.
Oh, ranged attack. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It needs to be an enemy within 30 feet. of
And it
you,
looks
so,
like it's
yeah,
the same
sure.
damage and
There
attack
you
roll.
go.
Yep.
So
But you make that attack roll.
Okay,
So-
+5 to hit. Here we go. So that's a 21.
That hits. It has to be a ranged attack though. So as basically you call out for help, and 5 kind of slides down like on one knee next to you, pulling out a bow, and takes a quick shot at Kashura's direction. Roll the damage, please.
Okay, wax damage.
Ooh.
So that's 9.
You see, as the arrow comes toward her, she smacks it out of the way partially, but it definitely still gets a cut along her forearm as she reduces the damage by 4. So how much damage was it? Did you say 9? So she takes 5 points of damage
Fucking
as she
monks.
deflects missiles. And 5 just says, this one is highly trained. We should be cautious.
Okay.
No duh, 5.
You're channeling Harmony there. I was doing real hard. It was real hard to keep Harmony from chiming in, being like, "No shit, Sherlock."
Yeah. Rook,
Yeah.
you are up.
am I still on my horse?
You can be if you want to.
And the horse's movement speed is what?
Lots.
Let's see. No, I don't need a seahorse. I need a riding horse, probably.
Seahorse. I would like to see the movement
That
speed
would
of
be
a
a
seahorse.
whole
60
5.
feet.
Thanks, D&D Beyond. Yeah, 60 feet.
So remind me, mounted combat. So like, can it dash and then I can just do my turn normally, or do I have to
I'll
use?
confess, I don't really know how mounted combat works.
Okay.
So let's just say for now it can't dash, and then you can look
Cannot?
it up between turns. Yeah.
If it moves, does that count as my movement, or can I like get off and then run? I know it's like a time thing too, right? It's like a 6 seconds.
We'll say that its movement becomes your movement
Sure.
because I'm not sure how it works, and then you can just look it up between turns.
Okay, so I can't
So
do
for
it. I
turn,
wanna
we'll do it
that.
as your movement.
Second roll, haha.
And then I
Yeah.
think if you want it to dash, you'd have to probably use your action to spur it.
Here we
forward or
Yeah.
go.
something.
While you're mounted, you have
Oh.
2 options. You can either control the mount or allow it to act independently. Intelligent creatures such as dragons act independently. Blah, blah,
This
blah, blah,
creature
blah.
probably needs your control.
It moves as you direct it, and it only has 3 action options: dash, disengage, and dodge. A controlled mount can move and act even on the turn that you mount it. It says domesticated horses are assumed to have such training as to be able to be controlled by their mount. Yep.
So
So,
does that
You'd have to
indicate?
use your action to control it, to either dash, disengage, or dodge,
They
Huh.
do.
I think.
No, they have their own initiative. Is how it usually works.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not rolling initiative for them
Yeah.
though.
I
So
think the simplest way is just to make them move your move.
Yeah.
Until you get off.
let's do that for now
But-
then.
So if I needed to dash to get into a place I wanted to be, does that use my action?
Action,
is my
yeah,
question.
because you
Okay.
use your action to directly control it,
I
in which
see.
case it can dash,
Okay.
disengage, or dodge.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I will move. Let's see.
Still boosts your movement to 60 feet, which is not bad.
Yeah, I will do 60 feet. All right, I have a backup plan. So I'll go 60 feet. So I'll go right there. And then on my way down there, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on Kashura because we're just going to load her up with a bunch of debuffs.
Sure. What kind of save is it?
It is a dex save,
Well, she's darn good at those.
but I'm still going to try.
Actually, it doesn't seem like I gave her proficiencies in any saves. So it's just her natural bonus there, but it is magic. So let's see.
For 14.
She beat it.
Dang. Okay. Then that's it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, before I guess the end, then we can use the rest of our things unless we want to save it for shield. Can we use it at the very end of the round, or it has to be on our turn, right?
It's your turn. Yep.
Okay, so we have to use. I'll just use 2 more attacks then. 'cause I
Well, you
don't
can use
think-
one on your turn.
Oh, I can just use one. Okay, then I'll use one
Yep.
attack. And I'll just. I guess how's that with the one with the Bane on it? How's he looking? Is he pretty hurt?
Yeah, it won't go down in another hit, but definitely looks injured.
All right, then we'll just hit Kashura.
Okay.
So that is a natural 1, so that's a miss. Never mind.
This one of the archers basically sees Kashura like block one of the fives arrow away. Gets a little bit intimidated and their aim is off and it just goes phew, sailing past.
Fair enough.
Now it is the soldiers and the thugs, and they basically run to engage each other. Well, this one maybe moves here. I'm just basically going to group them a bit. I don't necessarily know that they would be able to move quite this far, but basically the idea is they're just grouping up on each other. Like so. And for their turn, instead of rolling all of their attacks, can one of you roll for me a d10 and tell me what you get?
I guess I'll do it
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Kay.
since no one's jumping.
Well, I just rolled a natural 1, so I don't really feel like.
Or a
I'm gonna help.
9.
A 9. That's actually good for you.
Good.
This soldier that has engaged with the injured white cloaked one basically rushes in with a spear and manages to get a critical blow against that individual, slaying them. Well, I guess I'll just leave them on the map and mark them with an X. And the Brotherhood are one down right away.
Nice.
And
Sorry,
Kashura
Tuppence.
just says, no. Was Tuppence going to say something?
No, I've noticed that the one Brotherhood we've felt so far has been the ill one to fall for Bane.
Yeah.
Well, at least you don't need to concentrate on it anymore.
So that's the Brotherhood and the Thugs. Shoot, I forgot one important thing. Kashura had a second legendary action she would have used, I guess, at the end of Rook's turn. You know what? Actually, she'll save it because she still has Embers coming up. Speaking of Embers, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to focus my attention on Kashura and fire off a couple of radiant bolts her way. So
Okay.
let's make 2 attacks here. Action, bonus action. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
I
She
did
sees
think
this
so.
one coming, having focused on you after your impressive dodge, and ducks out of the way of that one.
Okay, but I bet that's 25 hits.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's 6 damage. Radiant.
6 radiant damage to Kashura. This kind of sears her shoulder a little bit, and she looks at you and bares her fangs, and the snake-like tongue kind of hisses out of her mouth.
Embers hisses back.
Love it. Anything else for Embers?
No, I'm staying here, so I get my feline agility back.
Okay. End of your turn, Kashura will use the last of her legendary actions to punch the driver.
We are level 3 and up against someone with legendary actions. Just want to point that out for whoever's listening.
We also have
Doesn't
we
have a full
reinforcements, though.
suite of legendary actions. She has 2 instead of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. What is her bonus to hit?
Ethan doesn't
She-
fuck around.
I take it as a
I
compliment.
don't. You guys are really strong too.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Very experienced players. So I'm trying to challenge you a little bit.
We
Um,
are.
She hits
Level 3.
this driver, who is a soldier, and
I'm surprised the
does
Doppelrats didn't have legendary actions.
the first battle.
Yeah.
How much damage does she do on a punch? Sorry, just managing stat blocks here. She does 7 damage to this warden who is driving the car. And then you see... Yep. The warden tenses up and is kind of stunned in place from that
Oh,
punch.
no. She
She kind of punches the back of the neck, and the warden like kind of falls off of the carriage a little bit. Kashura's turn, because that was her
He needs
legendary
to
action.
make a con save.
All right. So I will make that con save. What is her bonus? Does a 19 do it? I think it does.
Yeah.
Oh my
But she
gosh.
takes half. Oh, she has disadvantage if she's a
If
shape
she's
changer.
a shape changer. She is not, though.
Okay. Then she still
She-
takes half damage.
Yeah, she doesn't have any shape changing abilities. Okay, hit me with that damage.
That is 12, so 6. I think it's radiant damage. Yeah, radiant. 6 radiant damage from the moonbeam.
Yeah, she again hisses as this moonlight burns her. But it's her turn now. So she will step out of it. What's she going to do? She looks up towards the griffins above and gives some kind of a hand signal. and you can see that more steel cables drop down from these griffins. But unlike when hers drop down, nothing slides down. However, you can see big metal hooks at the end of each of these cables. Unsure quite what the plan is with those. She proceeds with her turn. Does she want to go up and punch someone, or does she want to use her poison darts? She, having kind of seen Embers' abilities, will be wary enough not to use darts against Embers. But I think we'll use 2 darts against Tuppence.
Does Tuppence have cover?
Not technically, I don't
Okay.
think. Oop. One of them is very clear. Oh my gosh, I rolled 2 4s. Both miss, Tuppence.
Tuppence is hard to hit, baby.
Do you just duck into the pocket to hide?
Yeah, I guess so.
I made this cool boss, and then she can't do anything.
She punched a driver.
Um,
Basically a non-combatant with, think about that. Think about your actions, Kashura.
Rook is over
Do you
here.
really want to mess with the little fairy? Do ya? Huh?
She will run directly up to Embers, or to Elwyn, rather. She hops down off of the carriage and runs towards Elwyn, closing in at incredible speed, and says, "Well then, if you want to fight, let's fight." And she looks at you with these intense snake eyes. End of
I'm
her
not
turn.
the one you're here for.
Elwyn, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to use my action to move the moonbeam right on top of her. So I make eye contact with her and I pull my hands toward myself, and the beam of light comes towards me and lands on her again. I'm going to say, "You're really going to want to get out of here." Actually, I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it so that... No, I'm not going to cover myself. I was going to put myself in it. And I was like,
Could
no,
do.
that would hurt me too. That would hurt me too. And she could still get around it. So anyway, no, that's where I'm going to move it. And yeah, that's my turn. Because it's an action to move the beam.
Oh, it
and I
is? It's an
don't-
action?
Yeah, I thought it was a bonus action. So
I thought it was
it's,
too.
it's an action to move it. So I'm basically like, yeah, bitch.
Okay.
You might as well use an attack at least from the allies. I
Oh,
don't think
yeah.
You're gonna be able to use them all if she didn't attack
Yeah,
us or hit
I
us.
will use. I mean, I was hoping to save one for a shield if she attacks me on her next
But
turn.
yeah, but
I
she
guess
already
that's
went.
going to be
I
the
guess
next round.
she might be able to
That's-
legendary action attack you, so you might want to keep an eye on that one. So if you want to save it for that, that'd be fine.
Yeah, I'll save one for
Yeah.
a shield. Yep.
Okay. I think she'll have a different use in mind for her legendary action, which she will use at the end of your turn. She's going to Step of the Wind and whoop, hop out of that moonbeam. Just kind of
Bitch.
she kind of ducks to the side really nimbly.
Way to make me waste my turn, asshole.
Tuppence, it is your turn.
Okay. I think Tuppence is going to cast. Let's see, which one did I decide on? Yeah. Dissonant Whispers on Kashura.
Okay. What kind of save is that?
It is a wisdom save.
Okay, she's pretty decent at these.
No, she isn't.
She's rolling good on her saves, but really bad on her attacks. Best is a 15.
Okay. But she's still gonna take half.
Yes.
She just doesn't have to move. Okay. So hold on a second. Good. So half of 13.
Okay, so she'll take 6. And she can kind of like clutches at her head a little bit as she looks over towards Tuppence and says, "You pitiful tiny creature, you're next."
Question for Tuppence. Is Tuppence getting out of Ember's pocket?
Do you need Tuppence to get out of your pocket?
I don't need you, but we're going on a little journey on my turn.
That's fine. I'll stay with
Okay.
you.
Okay. Is that the end of Tuppence's turn?
Yeah, I think I'm going to save my last Bardic. So yeah.
Okay. Then it's Rook.
So the driver's stunned, right?
Yes.
Okay, so no, we can't like snap him out of it. He'll just
Though
have
actually it's until the end of her next turn, which she's had her next turn. So he is unstunned at this point.
so he's back in the seat, or I guess he hasn't gone yet, so he'll be.
He hasn't climbed back up, but
All right.
real soon.
Well, my plans are not going well, but I guess I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go to the carriage and try and mess with these hooks that are coming down so they don't grab onto it. So
Well, what do you
I'll-
want to do with them?
Are they still up in the air or are they coming down?
So
low?
they are attached to the griffin by these big metal cable. The griffin's by these big metal cables, and then
Mhm.
hanging down towards the ground, maybe about like 15 feet up.
So if I stood on top of the carriage, could I like reach them?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and I will like once I realize I can't do what I wanted to do first, I turn the horse around, ride it to the carriage, jump on the carriage, and then I want to like just tangle them up.
You want to try and tangle them?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
If I can reach them all, I just start swirling them around and
Can't reach all of them
then
necessarily. but you
I
can
want to
reach-
just can I just grab one and like do this like kind of like fling it around so it wraps around and then hook it together or something.
You can definitely hook like two of them together like that for now. So why don't you make a athletics check, because these are
I'm really good
heavy
at
metal
these.
cables and hooks.
Does my armor thingy help me here? If I like punch it instead, would that be better? Let's see.
I mean, you could try and break it.
Well, let me see. Well, let me see what I can do here with my armor, if that gives me any assistance for athletics. Because I don't know if I know there's something that I can do with it. Sorry, one sec.
Sure.
I thought this would just be a thing I
Um,
can do.
Next up is the soldiers, but after that it's embers. So think about what you want to do.
Know what I want to do.
Okay, it doesn't require that. Counts as a spell focus. On and off. Blah blah blah.
We still haven't used any of the reinforcements this turn, so
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for some help then
Okay.
for this.
So you can take advantage then.
Well,
As one of the warriors kind of follows your lead and climbs up and sees what you're doing
yes.
and then attempts to help you.
needed it because that is a athletics is a -1, but I got a 15.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I would say you tangle 2 out of 6 of these hooks
Oh, there's
together.
6 of them. Oh shoot.
Yep.
Okay,
6
well
total.
that's fine. So I just
That's still pretty good.
wrap them up and hook them on each other. And I guess that's my action, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Kashura is going to, with these sort of brass knuckle covered fists, make a punch at Elwyn.
shield.
Okay. So you
Well, it
use
says
a
when
reaction.
you're hit. It says when you're hit. so
Well, we'll
just
see
if
how
you
she
hit
does. She's
first.
been rolling poorly. She will hit with a 22.
I mean, you always roll really, really well when it comes to hitting me.
Yep.
So shield. Let's see. An ally interposes a shield between me and the foe. I can choose one of the following effects. I get +5 to my AC, which isn't going to help, or I
Oh, you just get advantage on.
advantage on a saving throw. Boo! I thought there
Duck.
was something else.
No.
So that's no.
I
Even
guess you
using that
wouldn't do
isn't
that,
gonna
yeah.
help shit.
Okay. So you call out, but one of the one with the melted
I'm not gonna
shield, the
waste a
dwarven woman.
reaction on that.
I know you don't have
Fuck.
to, but like she tries to move to interpose, but like as soon as the knuckles collide with the shield, it like kind of shatters, and then the fist continues onward
Bring it on.
because it's that melted shield.
Mhm.
Minimum damage,
Good.
5 bludgeoning damage, and can you make me a? Because this is the legendary action version. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh no, that's not very good.
Wait. Oh, you rolled already? I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna give you a bardic inspiration for it.
I don't think you can do
I
that.
don't
I
think
think you
can
do that as a bonus
reaction.
action
Yeah.
Oh,
on your
okay.
turn. Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of guidance. Sorry
Yeah.
from the other one.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Yeah, so you are stunned as she basically like punches you right in the chest, and it kind of
I
knocks
also
the
need
wind out of
to
you.
roll a con save for my spell, which needs to be 10 or higher,
Yes,
and that was a 10. So
sticks around.
the moonbeam is still there.
Then it's the soldiers and the Brotherhood. Can one of you roll a d10 for me, please?
I'll do it. An 8.
You guys are really lucky today. Let's see, which Brotherhood or which soldiers in the most
That's why they call us the
advantageous
Silver Seekers.
Another one of these soldiers, perhaps with the help of the reinforcements that you brought, manages to kill one of these Brotherhood thugs, and steps up to help their fellow warden with one of the other ones. Oops, I shouldn't have deleted them.
Yeah, that was
So-
pretty brutal.
Yep, totally deleted from the
Out of
existence of
here.
this world.
Yeah, here's another plane.
Yep. Good rolls. Let's see. Then it is Embers.
How high did you say the griffins were off the? How long did the cables run?
About 60 feet down.
Okay. All right. I've got my feline agility back. I'm going to use it again.
Okay.
Embers dashes over to, jumps up on top of the thing, leaps up these cables that Rook is holding, and climbs up to the griffin.
Okay. I will put one of them on the map then so that you can actually see them. There's one. You can see there's a very surprised Brotherhood thug atop the griffin.
Okay.
Ready for a Wilhelm scream?
Yeah, and I want to make 2 push attacks.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so that's athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, my athletics isn't very good,
Well, neither is there athletics or acrobatics. So
but I'm gonna doing it twice.
15.
Well, I'll do it once to see if this works.
You're looking to beat a 15.
Okay, I got a 16.
Ah! Goes falling out of the saddle. Roll for me 66.
Oh, great.
66, you said?
Yep.
All right, let me find some D6s here.
That's great.
I've got a few. Okay, let's see here.
Oh, that's so funny.
Let's see. We got 18 damage.
Actually, it should have been 1 point worse on their athletics. I was looking at the wrong stat
Oh,
block.
sorry. I rolled 5. That was 5D. That was 21 damage.
That soldier splats on the ground, or that
Okay.
thug rather, not a
Don't look,
soldier.
Elwyn.
Yeah, the real reason Elwyn is stunned
And-
for a round.
It does not move. So this griffin is now without a rider, except for
Yeah.
that Embers is up there.
Um,
You can see that it has a harness attached to it, which has sort of like a metal reel that would probably be used to reel this cable up or down, kind of on the bottom of the griffin.
now I'm gonna ask a stupid question.
Yes.
How far is it to the next griffin?
Oh, let's put them on the map, shall we? Here's the closest two.
Okay.
Are they all
Someone-
doing this chain thingy, or they're like trying to hook
Yes.
together? Okay.
And the two that you have messed with their hooks would be this one and this one.
I'm gonna use Step of the Wind to double my jump distance and jump
Okay.
from this griffin over to the one over here. Or to the
Yeah,
one.
so you clear like a 15-foot gap between these two griffins.
Mhm.
And then second shove attack, I assume?
No, that was my bonus action.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just up here with this rider. What does Tuppence think of all this? This fun,
Yeah,
little,
Is
fun little
Tuppence
journey
along
that
for
she's
the
taking.
ride here?
That's why I asked at the end of
Yeah.
the last session, because I knew I was going places.
Okay. So yeah, Tuppence is up there. Roller coaster arms in the air, I guess.
Yahoo! Embers! It's so fun! Oh my gosh, I can't believe you shoved him off!
Okay. Then it is Kashura's turn, and she can see that things are not going well over there, but she has the advantage on Elwyn for the moment. Would she press it, or would she use the stun to get out of here and go take care of things at the cart? She's going to go rush over back onto the cart and basically come toe-to-toe with Rook.
Does she go through the moonbeam? Because she will take damage if she goes
Oh,
through
does she?
the moonbeam.
Let me make sure she has enough movement to go around it. I think she does. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, she totally does. She can go around it. She has a speed of 40. She leaps back up onto the back of the carriage and says, well, hello there. And will make 2 unarmed strikes against Rook.
Okay.
First one, 20 to hit.
That hits.
Second one, 25 to hit.
So I will shield the first one then.
Okay. I'm just going to start taking average damage to save time. So she does 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As this knuckled fist kind of collides into you. And then I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Those are my best ones.
I know.
15.
Okay. She tries to shove you with this fist, but you manage to grab onto part of the cart and hold your ground. That's the end of her turn, which means that Elwyn is unstunned, and it is Elwyn's turn.
Nice.
How tall is the
Well-
beam?
It's like 60 feet, isn't it?
So would it hit a griffin?
I think 40 feet tall.
Could it hit the griffin if you put it?
Not if it's 40 feet tall.
Okay.
I think it's 40 feet tall.
Just under then. Dang.
Yeah.
It is 40 feet, yeah.
Seeing that it's pretty easy for Kashura to dance her way out from under it, I'm going to move it. Let's see. Oh yeah, no problem. Use my action to move it over here.
Put it on the Brotherhood thugs.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm just gonna plop it over there and leave it there for the time being.
Push him in it.
And I'm going to run my movement, not quite my full movement. I'm gonna come and try to like find some cover in this tree here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use a reinforcement to attack Kashura as
Okay.
I run up, basically shouting at someone like, there's your opening, go, while she's focused on Rook.
5 again kind of slides to your side with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
So,
reliable 5.
Plus 5.
Give me 5.
Hey, that's a 21.
A 21
Yeah.
hits.
Arr.
Roll high.
And it's what, 1d6?
+3.
That's 7 damage.
She catches the missile and throws it to the side, taking none,
Cool.
using her reaction.
Thank you again for making my turn worthless.
I'm
I
sorry.
love you.
She used deflect missiles, and
Uh-huh.
she rolled the maximum number she can reduce. So
Yeah, fuck her too. All right, we're done.
Monks, man. At the end of Elwyn's turn, she's gonna punch Rook. But it's only a 15 to hit.
Miss.
So basically she punches into the armor and it just resounds with
Clang.
this, loud clang as the mercurial metal totally deflects the blow. And she says, that is interesting. Tuppence, what would you like to do?
Enjoy it while you have the chance.
You're
Kashura.
60 feet up in the air in Embers' pocket.
60 feet is
Okay.
nothing for her. She can fly.
So I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the dude on the griffin.
Okay.
Oh
what kind
my
of save is that again? You guys are
It's a-
amazing.
It's a wisdom.
Oh man.
Wisdom, not a thug's strong suit.
Oh no. Wait,
Yes.
Plus 0 to this. Oh, I don't know which dice I rolled. Shoot, I roll that. 12.
Yay! Okay,
Poor
so
guy.
so it's 3d6, and he is pushed off probably.
Yeah,
what's,
he
what's
has
his
to
AC?
move his
What's his
movement right
AC?
away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
he has to use his reaction to move his
reaction
full.
to move as far as possible from me.
What's his AC?
Are you rolling a opportunity attack?
Yes.
11.
I hit.
I'm trying to decide how this works when he's
So-
on the back of the thing.
they're not supposed to run into dangerous situations though with dissonant whispers. Does that mean that he would? I don't know if he would actually. Because there's
I
also
don't
like
think
you're not supposed to run
he's
into
not
like a
gonna.
pit.
Yeah, he's not gonna throw
So would he
himself
like would he like
off.
fly? Try? I mean, I guess they're on the same griffin. So what are you supposed? Does
He'll
he slide down the
basically, like-
chains? Like what does he
No,
do?
he's actually, yeah, that's probably what he would do, is kind of like try and slide down the chain. So I will make an athletics check for this guy, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, he takes 8 damage. Leave him
He
at that.
falls. So Tuppence, can you roll for me
10
6d6?
psychic damage.
Oh no.
Okay. So 10
Poor
psychic.
guy.
How much bludgeoning for members?
8.
8. So 18.
Is he
Yeah,
dead yet?
Man's is
I
dead,
think
but roll your
Tuppence is gonna
66.
Then
That's great.
I think she's gonna set a new record for max damage in one turn.
Okay, so that's okay. 10, 15. Where's the other one? 21. 21 plus 5. So 26.
26. Yeah, Man's is dead. Another one splats on the ground hard. This one,
Nice.
like blood coming out of the nose from the dissonant whispers.
Oh, Elwyn,
Nice.
don't look.
Um,
I'm
so
hiding in a tree. I
I'm
have
gonna
no idea
also
what's
mark
happening.
ones that are riderless, just so we have a note
Yeah,
of that. This
that's
one
a
is
thing.
riderless. This one is riderless.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Tuppence's turn. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and spend my last bardic inspiration for poor Rook, who keeps getting attacked, and
Okay.
say, "Rook, you got this,
Wait,
buddy!"
your last one, we took a long rest. You didn't get him back?
Oh, we took a long rest. I
Yeah.
didn't mark it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I'll spend one for you.
Thank you.
So you've spent 2 so far to do Mantle of Inspiration and then this one.
Let me make sure.
Uh, well, right away, it's Rook's turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hold on. How many legendary actions have I used? Just the one to punch Rook. I'm going to punch Rook again at the end of Tuppence's turn. Ooh, another miss. 13.
Good. Yeah, get out of here, Kashira.
So, Rook, take your turn.
Okay. So without the riders, do the griffins are they still doing what they're supposed to do, or are the
Their
riders like an
turn has
integral
not
part of
come
this?
around yet, so
Okay.
you're not sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll just return the blow to Kashira then, without knowing if the griffins can act on their own, because that seems
Okay.
pretty disabling. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna ask for help for my attack, maybe? Yeah,
Sure.
let's do that.
So one of the soldiers that came with you tries to get Kashura's attention while you kind of go in for that Thunder Gauntlet.
Yep, 21.
Hits.
Okay. And that is 11 thunder damage.
She's starting to look a little rough.
And then the Thunder Gauntlet also gives her disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me until the start of the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Nice.
So if he goes for anyone else, I don't think so. Oh, and then for my bonus action, I am going to use Defensive Field to give myself 3 temp HP.
Sweet.
Do you still have all your current temp HP?
No, I lost it. I got hit. I got hit
Oh,
for
okay.
8.
That's right.
Got
That's right.
punched.
But now I have
What
3.
does that look like? We haven't seen the defensive field yet.
Yeah, so I think the armor like glows a little lightly, like a light blue color, and then you can see like just this like I don't know, this shimmer as it's trying to like block the blow or something.
Cool. Then it is, if that's the end of Rook's turn,
Mm-hmm.
then it is the soldiers and the Brotherhood. So someone roll that d10.
Do you want to do it, Melissa? Now I'm like really bright though. Look at this. It's like it's like the
Our
opposite.
viewers can't see though.
Yeah, I know.
How was that D10, Melissa? It looks like you're muted.
Sorry, 9.
You guys are on fire.
Yeah.
You haven't lost any soldiers yet, and another Brotherhood member bites the dust.
Yes. Because we had a good strategy.
Also, Elwyn, what is the save
Roll that
for
damage.
Moonbeam? Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they had their own turn or if it was. It's a con 13.
2 failures.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Okay, so it's 10 damage to each of them, 10 radiant damage.
Okay. They are just searing in this light. And they will maneuver so that they can get out of it.
No, they won't.
They do, though. They do on their turn. And yeah, positioning kind of changes a little bit here. Cool. That is their turn taken care of, which brings us to the top with Embers.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to spend another key point to Step of the Wind.
Do you
Hop.
want to see where the next closest griffin is, I assume?
Oh, are there more than 3?
There are a couple. I guess I should just put them all on the map at this point.
Because I was going to come over here because I thought this was the last one.
I was trying not to crowd the map too much. Sorry, I'm messing up with how you control Roll20. There's 3 more that have not been interacted with at all. And I guess I should say what they do on their turn, since the soldiers and thugs had a turn. The griffins that have free hooks still basically close in on the carriage. The riderless ones begin to fly away, so I'm just going to delete them. Though Tuppence and Embers, you are on one of them. So you can hop off. You can try and descend the chain if you want. I'll give that to you as it flies away.
I'm going to try and hop onto this one.
Okay.
Which it's close enough that I don't think I actually need to use Step of the Wind at this point.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
can I hop in for a second? One
Sure.
of the ones that was riderless had its chain tangled with one of the
that's true.
griffins.
So hold on. So it basically can only
Starts
fly over to
pulling.
there.
Oh, I thought it was just start pulling it away.
I was gonna say, can it just pull the other one off the map? Because that would be fine with me.
It cannot, but
But they're still
There you go.
tangled, so it's not like that hook
Yep.
shouldn't be usable. I wouldn't think.
you wouldn't think. Okay, so now Embers, you can take your turn as you'd like. You are
Okay.
on that other griffin.
All right, let's make a push attack.
Okay. I'll make an athletics check.
You're not going to beat my nat 20, I don't think.
I'm not with a 4. Out of the saddle.
Does this guy have a rider?
Yes.
All right, let's do this again.
You hop over to the other one.
Yeah, got a lot of movement. Gonna use it all.
I'm gonna put you not under the thing, but
Thank
yep.
you. Bonus action, push attack.
Okay.
This is gonna fail one of these days.
19.
Okay, it failed now. I got a 16.
This rider sees you coming and manages to keep their spot on the saddle. There's now only 2.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Okay.
I've
Kashura's
used
turn.
all of my movement.
Kashura's turn.
You
She
could
has
try and get help on that. I guess maybe it's already resolved, but
disadvantage on attacks.
You're right.
That's true.
I'm gonna take help on this.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Still
Looking to beat a
19, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Gonna be tough. I got an 18.
Yeah, so
dang
this
it,
one
nice try.
maintains their spot in
Dang.
the saddle, even though one of the soldiers below tries to distract the rider.
Mhm.
Kashura's turn. Things are looking bad. Things are looking real bad. She disengages from Rook and slides off the side of this carriage and is going to try and pull open its reinforced door, which will be tough, but we'll see how she does. Against all odds, she manages it with a natural 20, which is ridiculous. And she pulls off this the door on the side of this carriage and steps inside, kind of out of sight. I guess Elwyn can still see her, so I will leave her on the map. And Elwyn, you can see that she basically grabs a small chest that is in there.
All right. I am wild shaping.
Well, it's not quite your turn.
It's my
actually,
turn
it
after
is
her
your
turn.
turn. It
Yeah.
is. Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Do it.
Shut up. Shut up. I know it's my turn. I wild shape into a motherfucking panther.
You mean Smellwyn?
I don't know who that is. And I have 20 feet between me and her, so I'm going to make a pounce attack at
Go
her.
for it.
So I basically just summon the snow around me. My form changes into the panther that you've seen before, and I just fucking book it. I tear through the snow, and I leap into the cabin after her, and I pounce.
We'll roll it, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at what to roll. Yeah. Come on, please. Come on. Natural 19, so that's a 23.
Absolutely hits.
Okay, so yes, hello, Luna. Yes. That's a strength saving throw
Okay.
from her.
Not her best.
And she also takes some slashing damage.
Natural 1.
Okay, so she's prone.
But I'm going to use her one and only legendary resistance.
No,
to
don't,
reroll.
because if she's prone, I get a bonus action attack.
Just going to
Don't do
reroll.
that.
She still could fail.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
She still fails with a
Good.
5.
Good. Cool. Then okay, so the damage from the claw attack is 4 slashing damage, and then I get to make a bonus action bite attack now that she's prone.
Mm-hmm.
At advantage, because she's prone.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Good, because that was a natural 1.
Yeah.
How much better? That's only a 14.
14 will miss.
Okay, so the bite misses, but I basically am like
She manages
Lion
to get
King
her hands up in
bounced
between
on
the
top of
panther and
her.
her.
Yeah, basically have her pinned down, and I'm growling in her face. That's my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. She has this chest, but she's basically pinned by you. You're in the doorway. Sorry, you've got to move up there.
Sorry, I was getting real into it.
Yep.
Thank you for moving me.
She's going to punch the panther.
Disadvantage.
That's true because it
The
is.
Thunder Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm. Does a 14 hit the panther?
14 does hit the panther, but I can use a reaction to get a shield.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. So
Okay.
14 misses.
5 comes sliding in at the
He's
last
right
minute.
there.
And, interposes. They seem to be staying close to Elwyn, having perceived her as the leader. They
course.
slide in, slam a shield down in front, and say, "Not while it is my turn on watch duty." As they bat away the panther. Or not the panther, Kashura.
Protect the panther.
Yep. That's Elwyn. That's the end of Elwyn's turn. So it's Tuppence.
Okay. Let's see. Where the heck are we now? I gotta look at this
Where-
little bitty thing.
On top
Okay, I
of this
see.
griffin.
Okay.
It's time for Tuppence to use her muscles to push this guy off, right? I mean, do your own turn, but I've seen you in action. I know what you're capable of.
I actually think, well, how hurt is Kashura looking? And can I see her?
You can't see her because she is inside the stagecoach, but last you saw her, she was looking pretty hurt. Sorry, Elwyn, do you remember how much damage your pounce did? I don't think I dealt it to her.
It's
Because
4.
it was the slashing.
Oh, sorry. I mean the initial attack, not the one that missed.
Yeah, it was the slashing damage. What was it?
I
4?
thought it was 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I dealt that to her, so I'll do that now.
Oh, yeah. It was 4 slashing.
Okay, so I can't do that. Okay. What is the range on that? No, because then that won't do. I think I'm going to
It's tough. There's a lot of options.
I know. There's so much you can do. I think I'm going to fly off of Embers. Let's see, which one am I? Let me zoom. There am I. There am I. Ooh, get this little thing. And I'm going to fly on top of the carriage, but I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So I'm just going to move you off of Rook for just a second. You can be in the same sort of square as him, but I just wanted to...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get on top.
You can fly into my
so-
pocket if you want.
Tuppence is invisible there.
Mhm.
Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Okay. Rook.
Is it possible to have our friends just pile into the doorway so that she literally can't get out without pushing like 10 of them?
Not technically, no.
No? Okay. Can I sidle past the Panther and hit Kashura? Is that possible? Is there enough room?
Yeah, you could go down there and make an attack, I'd say.
I think that's
Sort of
what I...
coordinating with Elwyn to get in there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think she never stood up, right?
She has not stood up yet,
Okay,
no.
then I will take this at advantage. Yeah, I will use my Thunder Gauntlet again. And that is a 30-20.
That hits.
Okay. That is 9 damage.
She's starting to look a little rough.
And I will... Go ahead.
No, go on.
Oh, I was going to say I will have one of our buddies also attack her while she's knocked prone.
So yeah, that's at advantage.
Melee attack. That is a +5, 22 to hit.
Another hit.
And that is to d6 max damage. So it's +3, so 9 damage.
The soldiers are just kind of piling in and attacking her. Anything else on Rook's turn?
Let's see. I don't have a good bonus action I can use. I'll feed her the cluck cluck mushroom. No, I think that's all I can do. I don't think I have
Okay.
any other good actions.
Then it is the soldier's turn and the thug's turn. Though she has one more legendary action, she will use it to... Either way, she's got disadvantage. So she's punching Elwyn because she's on the ground, or...
So does this shield work like the spell? Is my shield still
No, it's just
active?
against the triggering attack.
Okay.
With her disadvantage, she's totally going to miss with a 10.
Misses the baby.
Yep, she kind of swings wildly with the fist, but can't find any purchase as you kind of back up. This riderless griffin flies away.
Do that with a southern accent, though.
Rawr.
These two griffins that still have riders, the riders call down to Kashura. Boss, are we still... I don't think we can lift this thing. And she calls back basically from her panic state below this like pile of enemy forces. No, abort, get to safety. And those two griffins, all of the griffins begin to retreat. The one that is dragging a riderless one at a slightly slower pace, but
I'm even the chained one. Let's go,
Embers, do
buddy.
you want to try and slide down the chain?
Yes, please.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Oof. Does a 10 do it?
I should have set a DC in my head. I'd say that's enough to slide down a chain to safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not level 4 yet.
The fall damage thing.
Yep, slow fall.
Now I need someone to roll for me a D10.
I mean, I can do it this time, I guess.
Do it.
All right. You guys did so well. I wanted someone else to do it, but here we go. Come on. 9. Not
Are you
even
kidding
joking.
me?
Not even kidding.
Another Brotherhood member
Yes.
bites the dust. You guys have had to
Yes!
roll really
I'm
high for
guessing
these. and you're
morale is
doing it
so
every
high
time.
because of the reinforcements.
Absolutely.
They're fighting hard.
Yes.
Let's see. We'll do
Unbelievable.
this one here. This blue one. And yeah, this person will move to engage with this other soldier. They kind of shuffle around the battlefield.
Are they just running though? After Kashira said
Did
abort?
anyone go through my moonbeam?
No, they're
Damn.
avoiding that like the plague. None of these Brotherhood soldiers are running yet, but the Griffin ones have retreated.
Okay.
Dang, that's ridiculous. Your rolls there. Embers, you're up.
Embers is going to, let's see how much space to have. How much movement I have. A ton. Embers is gonna like run this way, vault over the cart,
Mhm.
and come down on the other side, wheel around and make 2 radiant bolt attacks against
They'll be
Shura.
at disadvantage because she is prone still.
Are there doors on either side of the caravan though?
She only ripped it off on one side.
Yeah, I
But
think the
there's
other
doors
ones.
on either
But
side.
I don't
right?
think I don't think there's windows in them.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
an armored cart. So
Oh, that's that's still gonna hit. That's 24 on the first
yes. Mhm.
Wow, nice.
one. And the second one is also a 24.
Oh my god.
Dang, you
That
guys are
was with
rolling really well
disadvantage.
today.
Amazing.
All right, so take 13 damage all told.
These radiant bolts sear into her.
End of my turn.
It is then her turn. She stands. Throws 2 punches at Ember's Panther.
Elwyn Panther.
Yes, Elwyn. Sorry, the E
Disadvantage.
names. Oh yeah, she's still at disadvantage, isn't she?
Yep.
She just stood. She did just stand.
Well, yeah, but it's Rook's Thunder Gauntlet.
Oh,
that's doing it
right.
to her.
Yeah.
Because her ears are ringing with thunder. Still, it is a 13. Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay. That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And can you make a strength saving throw with the Panther's strength?
You don't have to tell me with the Panther strength because I have the wild shape stat block up. I know what's my stats and what's the Panther's stats. Now that I've given you lip, I'm definitely gonna fail. Sorry, is this a strength check or a saving throw?
Saving
Doesn't matter.
throw.
Same score, doesn't matter. Oh no, I missed my tower. Come back. That's an 11.
You are thrown back 15 feet and slam into embers.
Right.
She then steps out of the carriage. So Tuppence, do you have any melee weapons?
Melee. Yes, I have a dagger.
Do you want to make a attack of opportunity? You can if you'd like.
Then my invisibility.
Yeah,
Drop.
but
That's true.
you would make an
But-
advantage because you are invisible.
Sweet. Let's do it then.
For the kill. Or the incapacitation.
Okay, so that is a 23 to hit.
Hits. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's a little pew pew. Let's get a little D4. Pew pew. It takes 3 piercing.
Okay. There's like a little cut along her cheek as Tuppence becomes visible again, holding this little dagger. Kashura will then use her second attack to punch Rook.
Okay.
Not at disadvantage this time. This might actually hit 23.
Shield.
And that'll be enough to block it?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, 5, who is still around there, kind of like rolls backwards and gets their shield in front.
What is everyone else
Five
doing? Why is it always
5 is the
They're all
MVP of this
killing
fight.
the rest of the Brotherhood.
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah, they are.
5 interposes themselves and says, "Do not worry, I have you covered.
So funny.
Or I have you under my cover." Or
always
something
him.
like that.
Can we keep him?
Yeah. You want to go to the
Yeah.
mill house with us?
Of course. Kashura then only has how many feet of movement left? Had to stand up, so that's half. Had to move 5 to get there, so that's Kashura has 15 feet of movement left. Is going to move. So Rook and Elwyn can make attack of opportunities. if
Yes,
they'd
I
like.
will.
Aw,
And she kind of has this chest clutched under one of her arms.
If I have Bardic Inspiration, am I allowed to know the result and then choose to use it, or do I have to roll it before I know the result?
You can know your number, but not whether it hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's real good. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
With my bite.
I wonder if an 18 will hit. I might as well just use Bardic Inspiration because I'm not sure.
Okay, do it.
So that goes
4
up to
piercing damage.
a 24,
That'll hit.
and that is.
Oh wait, sorry, Brooke. You used your reaction to shield.
That's true.
Oh,
so you
never
can't
mind.
actually
I
attack
will
of
not. I
opportunity.
will not do that.
Sorry.
No, thank you.
Sorry.
But
Take
yeah,
that.
she gets a little ways out from under you. Then it is Elwyn Wolf's turn.
Elwyn
Panther.
Panther.
Panther. Gosh darn it.
Ellen Panther. Let's see. How far away? Did she get 20 feet away again?
You can, yeah. If not, you can back
Yep.
up.
Yeah, I'm
5
a
and-
fucking pantser again.
You're gonna pantser?
You're gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
answer.
As she's running away, she like
Pants with my teeth. Arr.
well, as she's running away, she like throws off the Brotherhood cloak and says, "Time to shed this ridiculous skin." So you can kind of
I'm gonna pounce on her.
Yeah.
By running, because I am 20 feet away.
please don't pantser.
I might pantser in the process. We shall see. So claw attack first. Come on, big number. Oh, that's probably gonna miss. That's only a 15. Nope, 13. Damn it.
Yeah, that does miss.
Not been rolling well enough. Okay, so I go to swipe my claw at her, but I miss. That's my turn.
You could take help. Did you do that?
I didn't. Can I take help?
Yeah, or you could
Is
have
it too late?
no.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I'm gonna
5.
help. I'm gonna help. That's a, what's my bonus again? That's a 16.
That misses still, unfortunately. Then
My,
it is
my bonus to hit is not very big.
Tuppence.
Okay. Let me see. Do I have any spell slots left? Let me check real quick. I think I'm out. No, I have it. Okay. Yeah. So let's do dissonant whispers. Wait, how far away is she?
She's close enough.
Yep.
Okay.
Do
Dissonant
you-
whispers.
She'll run away from you. Did you want to go to the other side of her first?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll go here. Cast dissonant whispers.
Okay, it's a wisdom save. 13.
Okay, so she takes half. Right? Half damage. Okay, so that's 10. So she takes 5 psychic.
Blood kind of runs out of her ears and her nose as she looks to you and she says, "You pesky little thing."
I know.
She will use a legendary action to punch at Tuppence.
Oh no.
12.
Oh, misses.
Tuppence dances out of the way and she just gets frustrated. She just lets out this growl of frustration. Rook.
Okay, let's end this charade. I will. Well, let's see. I think I am going to. Maybe I'll just cast Magic Missile. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll move up a little bit,
Okay.
knowing that she's trying to go this direction. I guess I'll just be right here. And then, yeah, I'll cast Magic Missile while I'm moving at her. So, let me get my D4s.
It's a good spell. Just saying.
Yep, I think it'll do more than my Thunder Gauntlet, so that's really good. That is 13.
That is really good. Those missiles blast into her, and you see that she can't take too many more of those. She's still standing, but it's like she buckles to a knee a little bit there.
Okay, and then I'll have one of the guys do an attack then.
Okay, and I think that's
Your
about
last-
it for this round.
Yeah,
Are we
it's
out,
your last-
or is that?
But it's about to reset anyways, so.
We have one left, so you can do
So I
it.
can do
you're
that.
good.
Right? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's not gonna hit though. That's only a 4, so 4 plus 5 is 9. Yeah, not gonna happen.
Okay. You can see that she is looking around and considering her options, but before we get to those, let's do the soldiers. Can one of you roll another d10?
Who's feeling lucky?
Is it me?
Not me.
again?
Yeah, you can go
You-
first.
it's you
Okay,
then.
go.
for it.
Bring it
I'm
home.
just saying, based on the, because we each have done it once, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on.
That's only a 4.
Oh no.
One
It
of the
was almost
soldiers
a 9.
dies this time.
No, it's only a matter of
No.
time.
I'm sorry.
And they kind of shuffle around as they're fighting each other over the corpses of fallen Brotherhood, and now one soldier. That's their turn. They are almost like oblivious to what's going on over here. They're so locked in combat. Embers. She has
Anything
one
else?
more legendary action, actually. She'll use it at the end of your turn. So it's
Why
Embers.
she only had 2?
Has she used 2 already? Maybe she's out. Okay, Embers, it's your turn.
Okay. Amber's is gonna join in the melee here a little bit. So she kind of like cautiously rocks up and then gets in a fighting stance. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend my last key point to do 3 attacks.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's count. The first one is a dirty 20.
Hits.
Second one rolled all the way off the table because I missed the.
Go get it. Find out.
It's a
Let's
crit.
see.
It's a crit.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Wait, did you say
Uh,
it's a crit?
No, I did. Don't
No,
sorry.
no. The second one was a 16.
Misses.
Okay. And the third one is worse. Wait, but I'm gonna take the help action for that last
Sure.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's better. It's a 21.
Hits.
So, doing like non-lethal bludgeoning strikes here. I do minimum damage, which is 12. Nope,
Enough.
not. Yeah, that's
So-
12. Yep, that's 12.
It is enough as you basically punch once and it catches her in the jaw, and then she kind of stumbles, takes the fighting stance, sees your second punch coming and blocks it to the side. But then you get that third punch, which is going to be the one that knocks her out. And where do you aim for?
Man, I think I like punch her in the throat. Yeah.
And it just in like kind of an uppercut or like a
Mhm.
straight punch.
Just a straight punch.
It just sends her reeling backwards, and you can see her eyes kind of like roll back in her head as she falls unconscious to the ground, and the chest under her arm rolls out from her grasp, and the lid pops open, and about 6 large eggs, not quite ostrich sized, but just large, roll out of this chest as she falls unconscious.
Can I use my reaction to try and make sure that they don't roll too far?
Yeah, you can. And I think that's where we'll end today's episode. So sorry we went mega late, but
I
was
was
fun.
into
Oh,
it.
extra
fine.
long combat. That's great.
we took a little longer than I expected getting there, but
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it ended up
you
being
need
a
to
close
learn to
one,
stop
so.
asking us, is there anything else you want to do? Because
You
we
really
will
do.
come up with something.
You really do.
The thing is, I want you guys to have the opportunity to do things. I don't want to just
But if
push it
you want
one
us to
way.
get to a thing, don't give us the opportunity
That's
to
true.
draw
Well,
things
anyways,
out
it's
because
fine.
we will
We're
do
late,
it.
so let's wrap this. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you to anyone who tuned in to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more of this 7 p.m. Pacific time next week for what I think will be the end of this arc. We'll do a little session to kind of wrap things up.
Cool.
So
Woo!
hope to see you then. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.